Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream for September 2nd, 2024. Can you believe another month has passed?
Happy
Can you
Labor Day.
believe this year is already closing?
Almost over.
Right?
How I
Jeez.
hate time.
Can you believe in 1 month my budget's going to be destroyed by omnibuses and video games?
I know, right? I can't wait for October.
Welcome, everybody. Of course, I'm the Soundout12 that is branded all over the channel. We also have Ryan, DarkClaw643. Say hello.
If I had a nickel of Capcom announcing a fighting game collection on a Tuesday on Nintendo Direct, I'll have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it shouldn't happen twice. How about you,
I
Cass?
know,
How
right?
about you, Cass? Are you alive? Were you?
God, it's a good thing I didn't see it live. I would have. Oh man, I would have.
Are you?
Would you
Are
been
you
part of the
okay?
group that just like threw up on camera, like
Yeah,
watching
well,
it? Maximilian Dude has this great video about why people were throwing up at the Capcom Fighting Collection announcement.
Yep.
I was not throwing up, but let's just say I would have had to take a shower.
Oh yeah, let's say when we say, oh yeah, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Ghost?
I think we're good. Welcome everybody in our Chex chat. It is the first stream of the month, so let's do the membership gifting.
All right,
Oh,
roll the
yeah.
gotcha. Roll the gotcha.
Labor Day gift.
Boom, boom, boom. There we
All right,
go.
so our 5 memberships go to Forever One, Dope 000, Zutu 727, Philippines Saros, Star Warrior Robbie, and Co-Staff.
Yay!
Congratulations, you all.
Welcome to the membership club. You get that for a month, and then if you want to renew after, that's great. And if you want to join as a member, we do member exclusive live streams. In addition,
We might do some this month with certain releases coming up.
There's a lot of stuff coming up. So, did it say 10 memberships? That says 5 on my side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Soundout12 gifted 5 memberships.
You know what? It's September.
The 12,
here's
the 12
5
and
more.
the 5.
Here's 5
There you
more.
go.
It's Labor
Day
Day
special. Here's 5 more.
So we got Cameron Vetter, Has Been Hotel, Helmet Boss Edit, Isabel Lawrence, Digital Realm, Stay at Home Meatbag, and
it's interesting. YouTube's not just giving memberships to the same people as always, which I like. It's spreading the love.
Yeah.
For anyone wondering, the gifted memberships go to random users who are
it's a gotcha roll. It's a gotcha roll.
Yeah, literally. Yep.
But if you want to join as a channel member and pick a tier and join, it helps support the channel directly, helps us build up stuff. You can hit the join button down below. It'll convert to your local currency. It's $1, $3, $5 USD. Each tier has different perks. We are doing member exclusive live streams. We're mixing them up. I put out a community post, so if you're a member and you want to go add your thoughts.
Now that you're a member, check his community post after stream.
Yes, and you could you could go put your thoughts in as when we should do our member live streams, because we were doing them as like after shows to the main streams, but that just started getting just too sad. It was just too quiet.
It's never become ghost towns.
Yep. All right. So in other news, most of you watching are in our Discord server. Those of you that aren't in our Discord server, you should come join us. It's a great time. We had a lot of people join. Also, because I was like, "There's a Power Rangers reading guide document. Come join."
Not like apparently my fans are not on Discord.
Yeah. So I recognize a lot of you guys from the Discord names. So let's see. Jojo Star says, "Have you seen Gav episode 1?" So I did watch the first episode of Kamen Rider Gav. I was a little weirded out by it. I'm not gonna lie. There was body horror.
It looks
stuff.
so.
I wasn't okay with the body horror, to be honest. Mouths and stomachs. That's. I don't know if that's crossing lines for me yet. But
It's such a colorful. It's a bit too weird. Like, I haven't seen it yet, but it's a bit too weird from what I've seen. I'll check it out, but it's like everything I see is like, ugh.
I'd give it a watch. I saw someone describe it as if David Cronenberg made Willy Wonka.
I mean, some people say that about Wonka in general.
Also, the little candy guys are essentially just Pikmin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're adorable, and
So we went from Pokemon to Pikmin.
Yes, and the Pikmin, they're like super loyal. There's a whole horde of them. They do stuff. They also die when you use them. So if you don't like little creatures dying, Gav's not for you.
So you're saying next Rider series will be Animal Crossing?
Maybe. You're welcome for the gifted sub, Philippe. That was part of the monthly gifted subs that I do on the channel. So welcome to the party.
I mean, well, yeah, 01 was like Astral Train, Saber's like Fire Emblem, and then I don't know what Revice is, but then and then we have
Persona.
Yeah, I mean, and Geats is Fortnite. Geats is Fate and Fortnite combined.
Yeah, yep.
Fate Night.
Fate Night. Yep.
All right, Philippe Saruno. If I got that completely correct, let me know, because if I do, that's how I'll say it in the member shout out, and if I didn't, tell me how to fix it, because anytime, and this goes for anybody, if I mispronounce your name,
yeah, exactly. We don't know.
Me. Like if I mispronounce it in like the roll call of members, just leave a comment in that video, and I'll get it fixed for the next one. I try my best. I try to look stuff up. That's what I do.
Don't be like me, who I'm just so used to people mispronouncing my name. I don't even bother correcting people anymore. I just matter of fact, I start off with the wrong pronunciation now of my name. I'm just like, forget it.
So if you're in the Discord, which like I said, a bunch of you are, we have every year's because I've done this. We did this for Rider and Sentai. We changed the name of the channel for those franchises to match the current thing. Like we had when we launched the server, King Oger was new, so it was King of Kings for the server.
Was it the Rider Desire Grand Prix?
Yeah, it was Desire Grand Prix for Rider. Then we changed it to To Boomjer when it went to Boom Boomjer, and then we switched Rider to Kimi Card Chaos. So just like we did for the Boom Boomjer one, we're getting a new name here for Gotchard, and I told everybody that. Okay, let's see. Say last name, it's Meter. The E between the M and the D is silent. So Cameron Meter. Okay, got it. Let me screenshot that. Let me screenshot this because I just closed. Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to close the chat like that. Let me. All right, cool. I will put that in my notes for when I go do that. All right, so the Chemi Card Chaos is going to change to something. I asked everybody to put in submissions and then vote on it by clicking the little candy icons. Now I'm going to take a look and see which got the highest votes. Let's see. Looks like the top place winner is Gojicho Candy Bar, submitted by Spin Dash. Got 7 votes, or 6 votes, because I put 1 on each. So that is the top one. Second place was Snack Bar, Sweet Tooth Saloon, and I think there was another one that had 4.
Was one of them just Juicy?
Nobody just submitted Juicy. We had other suggestions like Gojicho Stomach Ache, Sweet Tooth Saloon, Snack Bar, Gabu Gav Gang, 3G for short, I Gav It Up, Gojicho Murder, Diabetes Diner. There was a lot of diabetes ones. I don't think I would have picked a diabetes one final. I didn't put rules into this, but I was like, you guys got a lot of diabetes ones. Type 2 Rider Kick, Gavin Go Gojitsu, Snack Rider, Chummy Yummy Gummy, Oompa Loompa Diabetes World, like another one. Sugar Cave, Candy Pikmin, Gozicho Pantry, Kamen Rider Vor. That one got 3 votes.
Oh god.
Gozicho Greatness, Eat Gummy got 3, Candy Gavity, Rider Diner, Ride and Dine. I gav 2 mouths and I must eat. I like that one. Shoma Gav in the Gojicho Factory, Gavagoo. So, but with 7 votes, that's like ultimately winner, Gozicho Candy Bar. So now I'm going to rename the server. So if everyone's wondering where the Kamen Rider went, it's now Gozicho Candy Bar, which is a great pun. It's a great pun on Candy Bar, but also like bar, like where you come to discuss things. So put this in announcements. Kamen Rider channel is now Gozicho Candy Bar. All right. That is done. I'm going to lock this thread as well, so nobody submits more names.
Have you seen all the crazy things people make in Gundam Breaker 4 yet?
I have. I did not realize Armored Core 6 would already get dethroned in customization.
I know, right? I have seen some great ones and some abominations at the same
Someone
time.
made literally Kirby.
Yep.
Yep. A crab, Goku.
Ultraman.
Some of our friends have made
I saw someone make Buzz Lightyear
someone
in
with
it.
like a ball for a head. So it's
Yeah.
but
You know, it's funny because like I want to play Gundam Breaker 4, but I know once I do, I'm never going to do all that customization stuff. I just don't have the like.
Yep.
Oh, because you spent hours in it.
Yeah, I don't have the 3D chess in my brain to like plan it all out and figure out like because a lot of it comes down to color scheme. That's the thing I struggle with in customizing in games is colors.
You know, like that's the thing. Here's the thing. I almost spent a whole like 25 minutes on Marvel Midnight Suns on making those comic covers.
Oh yeah, I do that a lot. I did that a lot too.
So like having that
Yeah.
kind of game, it's like, oh no, I'll be just the whole game would just be customizing.
Yeah. We should do a rundown, everybody. It's in our chat because I think we got a good crowd here. So let's give them.
Welcome, Andreas, Blue Baron, Kevin, Meter, Jeremy Carr, Jojo Star, Master Ben, Mizeki T, Philip Sarnos, Steve Listen, Hellfire, and Toma K.
Is that everybody?
That's what the provision. I might have refresh. Let me refresh.
Yeah.
Because something YouTube does not load everybody in when you first enter the
Yeah.
stream. So let me double check. I'll refresh the stream and see if YouTube.
Jeremy Carr
Does
asked
he-
if anyone else's Netflix is crashing when they try to watch Gundam Seed Freedom. I've heard there's been issues
haven't
streaming
tried.
Gundam Seed on Netflix. We'll talk about it,
How?
but I heard about like audio glitches.
But that reminds me, Gundam Seed. That reminds me, I gotta watch Kinnikuman on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's been great.
I haven't watched Freedom on Netflix, but I probably should. I just haven't. I've been watching Terminator Zero instead.
How is that?
It's
I heard good things about it.
Pretty solid. It actually remembered that Terminator
saw-
started as a horror franchise.
Oh wow,
wow.
really?
Yeah,
That's actually cool.
It's very horror. It was fun because like I mean T2 is amazing, but T2 puts Terminator in an action.
Yeah, it's like
movie setting.
it's like aliens too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like aliens to aliens.
But the first
They're both
Terminator is a horror
cool.
movie, and Zero feels like a horror series.
Mm-hmm. Just
I recommend
refreshing YouTube. I refreshed it. YouTube still gave me the same participants.
Okay.
I
don't know if we got everybody. I guess we're gonna have to go old school and just scroll through and
yeah.
see if we missed anyone. It's not a Monday without some kind of glitch, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Especially this type of Monday.
Yep, it's a holiday. Makes everything run weird. What else? Let's see. While you kind of give us a look at that, I was gonna say I've been reading too much. I've been flipping through too many books instead of just sticking to one. I'm currently reading Jason Aaron's Ghost Rider, One Piece, Original Dragon Ball, Super on digital, the Doctor Doom omnibus, and I'm behind on like Digimon Liberator. And I'm like, I need to like focus again. I'm like bouncing between multiple books all at once.
Yeah, I mean, like for me with manga, I usually read about like 30 to 50 chapters. I mean, then I'll stop and read another manga. For me, I've been meaning to pick up reading back comics. I've been this week was very busy because I was gonna read another stack of comics this week, but then things got hectic, so I had to. So that stopped me from reading that. Do you have a favorite and least favorite of those things you're reading?
I'm gonna answer Mutaki's question. White and silver are the same color. That's what Power Rangers Lightning Collection told me. So the thing of what's my favorite right now? I'm reading. It's tough because I like it all. I think that probably my favorite thing right now. I mean, it's hard to like put anything over Dragon Ball because Toriyama really was that guy when it came to making manga.
Heck yeah.
I love One Piece, but I have noticed like over time Oda's writing of One Piece is getting so dense that it's not One Piece isn't a breezy read during like Dressrosa. And it's not because there's like too much going on. I think the balance is fine. Hold on, let me grab volume 74. It's not so much that like there's too much happening. It's just that there's like a lot of text, man. Like people are talking top to bottom on pages. Like, there'll be a fight happening, but like somebody's having like a character moment. And I don't mind that at all. I like it. I like character depth like that because some manga I've read can be a little shallow. I'm not going to subtweet any Gundam manga, but I will. But like you can see, like there is big action scenes going, but like it'll be the bottom half of a page, and then the top half will be all character stuff. And so I like that because it's giving everybody good depth and stuff. But it also is taking a lot longer to read. Because it's a lot of text.
Yeah. My hero can get like that sometimes, though.
Yeah.
So,
if you compare that to like,
why I haven't gone through it.
Dragon Ball. Hold on, let me find a page of Dragon Ball where Goku's not naked. Like if you compare that to Dragon Ball, right? Like here's like the monster carrot stuff, and like over here you've got
the carrot. He should be in fucking Zero. Damn it!
I know. You got like monster carrot stuff, right? So like this page here has your dialogue, and then this is a fight scene, and there's no dialogue on the fight scene page. It's just
that's
the
one
artwork.
thing. A lot of people have mentioned about Toriyama is that he is like. There's people who are good, but he is like one of the top masters of making panels where your eye easily follows the action.
Yeah, like little things like Yamcha's foot breaking out of the panel and into the next one gives you the flow of the action.
Like he is like most people say, like he is like the master at that.
Yeah, I think to date with all the manga I've read in my entire life, I think Toriyama has the best action scenes in any manga.
Same still, and I love me some Baki, but yeah.
Yeah, I love One Piece. I love Kaiju number 8. I love Shaman King. All this, but like Dragon Ball artwork by Toriyama. By Toriyama specifically, I mean Toyotaro does a good job, but I've seen some of the things where like Toyotaro would do a page, and then Toriyama would be like, "But do it like this," and then he'd tweak the page. And just little
the Piccolo
things.
Thing.
Yeah,
the Piccolo thing I still think of. You know.
Yeah, there was like when Android 18 was fighting Ribrianne, and it was like Toyotaro drew like Android 18 like on the ground because she'd been knocked back. Whereas Toriyama like recommended she was like on one knee, like still ready to fight because it showed the character's personality more. It's just those little things like that would made Toriyama such a great mangaka in so many ways, and it's why like I mean I think you see this chunk of Dragon Ball because I started reading it from the beginning because I'm collecting the Vizbigs now, but this first chunk of Dragon Ball I read last night. It's the first 84 pages I read in the time it took me to do 2 chapters of One Piece.
Yep.
One Piece is just a denser manga.
It's such a brief. I reread the whole thing like 2 years ago, and I was like, "Wow, that didn't even feel like a chore at all." Like it's no wonder it's my favorite.
Yeah, no, I noticed that was my favorite manga. Like, I'm really invested in a manga. I've noticed that that was me with Kaiju number 8 and Undead Unluck, where I was ready to read something else, but then I got so engrossed in the manga, I just breezed through it.
Yeah,
it didn't felt like a saga. Like I was like first was Kaiju number 8. Then recently I was fully caught up with Undead Unluck. I was super engrossed in that manga. I couldn't stop reading. And when I knew it, when I took a break, I'm like, oh god, I read too much today. Whoops.
Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say I did that with Ghost Rider. Daniel Way's Ghost Rider, I really adore. And I've read it before, but I was rereading it because I was going to read Jason Aaron's in full. And it's 19 issues, and I read it in like, and 2000s Marvel issues, so they're a little bit longer. I read those 19 issues, I think, in two reading sessions of like, but I just like breezed through it. It was just like I don't know. Daniel Way writing Ghost Rider was too short-lived in my opinion. I really liked that run. What were you gonna say, Kaus, about reading?
The current manga that I'm like reading like that right now is Akane Banashi. That's about it.
Oh yeah.
If y'all don't know Akane Banashi, that's like it's on Shonen Jump, but it's a manga about Rakugo of all things too. I'm like,
oh yeah, I did check out.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I shouldn't even be into this, but it's like really well written and everything. Like it's really nice.
Yeah, that's the thing. I premise can sound super simple, but then when you check it, you read it, and you get super engrossed into it. Like one of my favorite mangas right now from Jump is Sakamoto Days, which is literally about hitman, a retired hitman trying to run a family supermarket and had to deal with the consequences of being a former hitman. And it's so funny and also just like fun to read and relaxing.
Last thing I'll say on this before we get to the news. The complete opposite end of the spectrum from One Piece and is Chainsaw Man, because like I think it was the most recent chapter, Chainsaw Man had no dialogue for 15 pages, and I was like, I read it in 3 minutes flat, I think, because there was no dialogue, it was just art, and at the end of it, I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, I need to
it's
get
the
back
complete opposite end of it, where it's like One Piece is they'll explain everything, and like Toriyama will do like these Tolkien-esque like maps to show you where everybody's at, and then Fujimoto's like vibes.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about like giant exposition. That was pretty much the Hunter arc in Chainsaw Man Part 1.
Yeah,
where like there were so many things going on there in that arc. It was kind of hard for me to keep up with it.
And then Chainsaw Man Part 2 is the opposite issue, where I don't feel like I understand anything that's going on.
Yeah,
I like the artwork, and that's about it. It's nothing's sticking, because I feel like I don't know anything about the mindsets of any of the characters. It's just, yeah. JoJo starts with Fujimoto wanting to make an art book, but he still has to publish a manga. God, there's some Western comics like that where I'm like, this is just an art book that has maybe a plot. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't at the moment. Hey, at least everything's been cleansing my brain after having to read Garth Ennis's Ghost Rider.
Oh.
God, that was
how
awful.
bad? How bad?
I was gonna do a Ghost Rider read because I have all the modern Ghost Rider now, and I was like, I'm just gonna read everything in release order. So I had to start with Ennis, and I was gonna read Ennis, Way, Aaron, and then the Rob Williams series. I was just gonna like back to back, right? I read the Ennis stuff, and it was so like. It was so off-putting and kind of horrific and just, that I had to stop and go read Hickman's Fantastic Four all the way through and then come back to Ghost Rider because I had to rinse out my soul. That's how bad it was. It also, for being 12 issues, because there was like 2 miniseries,
it was a slog. I'm assuming it was
Ghost
a slog.
Rider was not even in it for like 90%.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, why am I even reading this? And I powered through it, and I'm never going to read it ever again. It was awful.
Oh, speaking of Fantastic Four, are we talking about the Fantastic Four thing stuff?
No.
Or no?
Leaked photos.
About quick thoughts on it?
The thing
I know
looks
it's like
great, and if they're doing what they did with Man-Thing, where they have an on-set, like, physical, like, suit, and then they're going to enhance it with CG in the final, I think that's going to be perfect. I think if what they're doing with the Thing is what I think they're doing, then I'm stoked, because he looks like the Thing just walked off a comic page into a movie.
The head looks too detailed to be just for a macaque.
Yeah, he's not like the Sonic maquettes where they're all like smooth, like, you know, just
basic.
Put them there so we know where to put it. It looks like what they did with Man-Thing, where they built the upper half of Man-Thing as a full-size scale puppet, and then they moved his face with CG.
But they say behind the scenes that they look at the most like nice looking rocks based off the Thing with.
They did. I know that the actor said he was doing motion capture for it, so I think what it's going to be is there's a suit actor who's like on set with it, and then when they need him to do action scenes, they'll switch to CG, and then when they need his face, you see his face and he's talking, it'll be the motion capture performance from the actor mixed with the the CG, kind of like what they do with Deadpool and Wolverine's eyes with the eye lenses and all that. They still like articulate them and make them like same thing they do with Spider-Man, where like they CG his face. I think they're gonna do that technique, and that I think will work perfectly. All right. Now before I get on a rabbit hole, let's get to the news. You guys know
PSAs.
You know I could talk about Fantastic Four for 4 hours straight and not even realize where the time went. So let's get on to it. PSAs. Last week's videos, 2-for-1 special on the Toku videos. We had the Boom Studios Complete Power Rangers reading order. That I somehow missed there was a one-shot. There's a one-shot coming out in October called Power Rangers Across the Morphin Grid. I heard it got announced and it went straight out the other year, and I completely forgot it ever happened.
I think because it was such a they announced it, and because we don't even know if that's gonna be in the Boom universe or not. Because I
Yeah,
know
it's an
that was
anthology
being
book
written.
written by the actors
The
who played the
actors.
Rangers. So I don't know which stories are going to be in Boom, which are going to be continuation TV show, like whatever. So I don't know where it's going, but just keep an eye out on the document in the Discord because I put it in there and I'll add it to the timeline when that issue comes out.
That video was really. It was really helpful to figure out just the proper order of things.
I'm glad it took me hours of research on top of reading it for the last 10 years.
I figured because like I personally really. I kind of dislike when they split the book to Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers because what was
Worst
the
thing
point
they ever
if
did
it's
to
gonna-
the comics was split them in two because there was no point.
Yeah, they're essentially if they were writing them as issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
like what was the point? It makes things confusing to read in trade format if you don't get the hardcovers and stuff like that.
And so yeah, that's why I mentioned like what trade paperbacks the issues are in, also what deluxe hardcovers the issues are in. Because I've watched a lot of comic book reading guides, and some people will just do like, oh, and here's the omnibus edition, or here's the trade edition.
Not everybody can afford.
And that's fine. That's like a valid way of doing it. But for me personally, I want to cover all the bases. Here's what the single issues were. Here's what the trades are. Here's what the hardcovers are. Especially because I love Boom Comics. This is no offense to anybody that works there. I wish I could be a consultant on their collected editions because I feel like it's a mess. It makes me tear my hair out every time I look at it.
Especially compared to IEW's like hardcovers, where they're always in chronological order. You know, such like that.
The fact that there is issues 21 through 32 of Go-Go Power Rangers are duplicated if you buy all the deluxe hardcovers, I think that's dumb. And again, no offense to anybody who worked on it. There's a reason they did that. I don't know the reasons behind it, but personally speaking, I would have not doubled them up like that. It's just, I don't know.
Because my guess is the reason why they do that is just for people who only want Go-Go, who don't want the main book. They want that complete Go-Go run, so they don't want to buy
my
the
issue
main
is
book.
less that the Go-Go issues are in Go-Go 2. My issue is that the Go-Go issues are in Necessary Evil.
Yeah.
I think they should have just made the Necessary Evil volume just the Mighty Morphin issues.
Yeah, because that's the thing is that because it wasn't like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers thing where they go back to back. No, like the Necessary Evil stuff in Go-Go was a prequel.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't though it does it only connects by having how Jason Trini and Zack became Omega Rangers and how Tom became White Ranger, but it wasn't. You don't need to read the main Necessary Evil storyline in the main book.
Yeah, I would have just had it be a Mighty Morphin volume that was 40 through 55, and then the Go-Go issues would have been where they were, and that would have solved a lot of the double dip issue. And I know Go-Go Book 2 did not sell very well because I saw it on clearance at every site I know, because people were not willing to double dip that much. Because we already had the Go-Go issues and the Necessary Evil before the Go-Go Book 2 came out, so a lot of people were like not double dipping. Yeah, but anyways, that's a whole thing. We're still waiting on some of the deluxe edition stuff to happen. I think we mapped it out in the Discord. I think we were talking about there's be like 4 more deluxe editions should cover the rest of it. So hopefully that still happens. And then the other video was the first viewing guide update, this one being the Kamen Rider guide update for Geets, Gotchard, and Gav. I know I talked about Geets in the original video, but I thought I'd just redo the whole Geets section now that we had everything. So the interesting behind-the-scenes note, in a normal week, these videos would have been flipped because the viewing guide update was way less work than the Power Rangers reading order. I would have done that as the Wednesday video and the Power Rangers as the Friday, but because Power Rangers Day was Wednesday, I had to make that the Wednesday video. So that's why the run times are a little opposite of what we normally do, because I had to do the Power Rangers guide on Power Rangers Day. It made the most sense. So there you go, behind-the-scenes info. What were last week's shorts? I've already forgotten. Oh, that's right. The Heroes for Hire 2-pack and DC Comics spines, and how the Blu-Rays are not the only part of the company that doesn't know what they're doing.
You need to make the finale video, Soundout. That's those Blu-ray spines.
One day I have to do that. I don't want to do it now though. I'm waiting for that 3-pack.
Well, what will happen first, that or the Geets Blu-ray review?
The Geets Blu-ray. I actually like Geets, unlike the Crisis movies. So we'll see. But yeah, those were the shorts last week. For those wondering on videos coming up this week, there's going to be some interestingly cool new stuff. Okay, I don't know. That's interestingly cool news, not a sentence, is it? I think I broke all rules of the English language. That's fine. I'm going to preview, guys, what's coming up this week on the channel. He may be taller than the old one, but he's so much better. And he comes with 3 friends. Stay tuned for Wednesday.
Blue Justice.
Blue Justice. Also, speaking of blue and coming with friends, we got this guy. He's blue and he's on Blu-ray. So that'll be Friday's video. And that's simply because Sonic needs to come out first. it's more of a ASAP thing. So that is what's up on the channel this week. So stay tuned. All right, let's go into the rest of the PSAs. There is 7 days, 6 hours, 28 minutes left on the classified series Cobra Rattler Haslab. They're currently at 15,485 backers and need 18,000 to get the final tier. So, yeah, there you go. That's coming up. There's also 16 days left if you want to pre-order a Medieval Spawn through Kickstarter, and that is, well, just clicked up again, $1,636,872 of its $100,000 goal. Infinite, I honestly don't know what Sorcery I cast. I walked into Target, and I'll also tell you they were the only Sonic toys they had. Were the movie ones. They had nothing else.
You got yours at Target. Okay, so they are appearing and
yeah, no, I got them at Target. Now. Yeah, we were at Walmart. That's the weird part.
Interesting you found both Tails and Egg, because the way how they do the cases is a case of 4, I understand. One Shadow, one Sonic, and then 2 Sonics, 1 Shadow, and then
either
one
Tails
up
or
here. Or Eggman, yeah.
Yeah. My Target didn't have them in the aisle either. They were in a mid-aisle cardboard
a special,
standy thing.
Like a special, like a little special display thing.
Yep. I was also surprised they let me check out with them. I was worried I would get.
I mean, they're out now. They're not street day anymore.
And then lastly, if you want to back the Pacific Rim Final Breach comic book Kickstarter, this is the 3-volume sequel to the movies. This has 45 hours left, so if you're going in, now's the time. They did say, though, in the... Where is it? Because I know somebody's going to ask. They did say, if the Kickstarter campaign is funded, the book will be available at retailer. Backers of this campaign have exclusive to Kickstarter exclusive variant versions of the graphic novels that will not be available at retail. I would also imagine, just like other Legendary comics and their Kickstarters, the retail editions will be paperbacks. This is probably the only way to get hardcovers. And especially the only way to get hardcovers in a slipcase, which is what I did, because I have a problem with I like comics in fancy boxes.
I like slipcases and hardcovers myself. I don't like
great.
just.
When's the G.I. Joe? When's the G.I. Joe one's coming out again? September or December?
I think December for G.I. Joe is what they last said. For those wondering as well, if you're like me and want all the Pacific Rim stuff, I did this bundle that comes with the slipcase, the 3 books, a book plate, these 6 pins of kaijus, and then I added on the Pacific Rim Mechapedia book, which is like a guidebook, also a hardcover in a slipcase, because man, I love slipcases. Slipcases are great, right, Cass?
No, legit. I have Brightest Day, and it doesn't have a slipcase, and I'm like, but my Forever Evil hardcover slipcase, I'm like, yes.
Yes.
I prefer slipcases, 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. So there's this deluxe bundle. For anyone wondering, if you, this is how I did it. So this, what is it? It's the regular. Okay, hold on, let me get through this. Standard deluxe bundle is $149. That comes with the 3 books, the book plate, and the pins, and the slipcase. There's also a variant cover version, it's $175, that lets you get variant covers if that's your thing. This $299 bundle has the Mechapedia book plus 5 art prints that are 8.5 by 11 and a 24 by 26 movie poster, and then you can either get the standard covers or the variant covers on the 3 books and the pins and the book plate. Personally speaking, if you don't care about the variant covers, I would just back the standard deluxe bundle at the $149, and then when it gives you the option to do add-ons, when he gives you the option to do add-ons in the checkout, add the Mechapedia, because it's like it's $80, $89 cheaper to do it that way than doing the deluxe bundle. If you don't care about the variant covers and you don't want the big posters, you could just do the 3 books in the slipcase plus the Mechapedia book in the slipcase. So that's my sound out advice of the day. for Kickstarters. That's what I did. Welcome, Common Jojo. Let's see, and Philippe asked if I backed Medieval Spawn. I'm planning to. I just haven't done it yet. I got 16 days. I'm probably just gonna buy one. I'm not doing like a 3-pack or anything. I did that with the first Spawn, and I don't display more than one at a time, so I don't. I'm just gonna buy one Medieval Spawn. That seem healthy, guys? Just to buy one.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, you guys ready for entertainment news? Because this is gonna be fun. I'm actually gonna open these tabs individually because some of these are load bearing. All right, entertainment news. Where's my title card? Boom. All right. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has released its first trailer, and I haven't stopped watching it in the last week.
I cannot stop rewatching this trailer, man.
Man, that's a good poster, by the way.
I love this poster.
That's
All right, I gotta tell you guys a couple funny stories. So, first things first. I just absolutely love this. Second thing, you know what the other thing I always do when it comes to franchise stuff like Sonic? I go seek out reactions from people who aren't Sonic fans, who are just movie fans and covering movie stuff. And one YouTuber, their reaction to this trailer, before they watch the trailer, they're like, this movie's coming out in tough competition. You know, Kraven the Hunter comes out the week before. Mufasa comes out the same day.
Kraven the Hunter's competition.
It's funny how Sonic has already killed 2 superhero movies at the box office the first 2 times. It was Birds of Prey, then it was Morbius, and I think it's going to kill Kraven. So the thing was, they said, you know, can this compete with Mufasa? Mufasa's a big Disney movie, Lion King, all that. And then they watched the trailer, and then afterwards they're like, ooh, Mufasa's in trouble. And I've been seeing that sentiment across the internet. This trailer made such a good impression that a lot of people are like, oh, maybe this will have a chance against Mufasa. I don't know if it's going to beat Mufasa in like the #1 box office, but I think it's going to be solid competition. Because looks way more exciting than Mufasa. I think.
I'm just thinking. Here's the thing. I think it's one of those things. Like in reality, which one do you think a kid wants to see more?
Probably
Animal. Yeah,
exactly.
But will the kid have the choice?
How powerful it is.
Will the kid have the choice of the group to go to this instead of Mufasa? That's the question.
Gonna be the thing. Yep.
But this trailer goes so damn hard. Maybe it's going to sway everybody else.
I know. God.
So, should we talk about how Jeff Fowler's career has been started working on Shadow the Hedgehog, and his most recent project is working on Shadow the Hedgehog?
Shadow the Hedgehog? God, you saw the moment where they recreate the Shadow's kick from the intro?
When I saw that in the trailer, I went and showed my parents the Shadow the Hedgehog opening cutscene, and I was like, look at this, commit it to memory. Look at this, commit it to memory. Look at this, commit it to memory. And then I showed them the trailer again for the movie, and I was like, look, there, and there.
Yeah.
This is an incredible trailer for several reasons. First of all, it's a Sonic movie trailer. Looks great. And I love the movies, but this just looks like it's elevated, right? And then as a Shadow fan who's had to go through being a Shadow fan, this is like the good stuff with Shadow.
It's the year of Shadow for a reason.
Yep. It's also the year of Cyclops, and the year of Magneto, and the year of Gambit. Year of Gambit wasn't planned, that just happened.
Yep.
Look, you know what he did? He popped in over everybody, said, I'm about to make a name for myself. Yo.
Yeah.
Myself.
And he really did.
I'm about to make a name for myself and remember it.
I have never seen Gambit's name uttered on social media as much in this year than my entire life. Like, Gambit made a name for himself. This trailer as well, so I've watched it too many times, like I said. The music tracking decisions in this trailer is amazing because. Did you catch that at the end of the trailer they're playing the Green Hill remix, like the cinematic Green Hill remix, and then it fades into an orchestral remix of "I Am All of Me."
And a little bit of Live and Learn also.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Live and Learn, but there's like it ends with "I Am All of Me" in its orchestral track. And it's amazing. And I'm loving I'm loving the parallel. Hey, AR. I am loving the parallel that Sonic was an orphan who found a family, and Shadow is an orphan who lost everything and has nothing. It builds on the whole found family aspect the previous two movies set up with Sonic, and it brings his arc to sort of put him into a position where he's going to question, does he take his family for granted? I think that's where they're leading up to this, because that's definitely how it seems like, especially with, like, there's a shot of Tom on the ground, like, being attacked by somebody.
Yeah, Shadow probably, yeah.
Yeah, is Sonic gonna have, like, a crisis of, like, did I take my family for granted? Because look at this guy here who had nothing, and look at what he's doing.
I think especially because it works, because, like, you know, the games try to make Shadow to Sonic's big rival, and really the only, like, they don't really have that much in common besides being hedgehogs and having different viewpoints, where here in the movie universe, they can just work with Sonic's new origin in the movie universe and parallel that with Shadow. It works better. It makes more sense, these two having conflicting ideals, because they have different upbringings and such.
And I love how the trailer starts. The trailer starts with, like, Sonic, you got left behind as an orphan and you were alone for a while, but you found friends, you have a family now, isn't it great?
Meanwhile,
and then it just cuts straight to Shadow going, everyone I know is dead.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I know Blue Baron mentioned it, a couple of people mentioned, like, that people have talked about, like, it doesn't have this from Sonic Adventure 2, it doesn't have that. I'm like, that's fine.
It's not.
It doesn't need
I'm gonna say this. Zach, I was just gonna say it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be. It shouldn't be.
The movie tree should not be a straight adaptation of SA2, because it can't, because things are too different from the movie universe.
Yeah, where was one?
Yeah, and the thing is I think that, we also had a Sonic Adventure 2 adaptation already. It was called Sonic X.
Yeah, that's the thing. This film's gonna work differently. Because it's in the movie universe, and I like that.
And also visually, this is the best looking Sonic movie yet.
I know, right?
And like, considering how much of a crunch we know they were on to get this thing put together, it looks amazing. There's that one shot of Shadow in the rain that is so detailed and so perfectly rendered with the water and the look in his eyes, and I'm just like, that is incredible in a Sonic movie.
I think it's such a people pointing out the colors. The colors look so much vibrant compared to the first two movies. Everybody's colors pop so much.
And I love how each location looks a little different, too. You can tell that they're going to different cities around the world. Like,
you got London, you got Japan.
The Tokyo scenes are more colorful. London looks like a bleak nightmare. I mean, they really captured the feel of every place you go to in the world. There's a lot of people that live in the UK. They're like, yep, it looks that dreary here all the time. Also on top of that, just some of the other, like, choices made, like, we talk about how Jim Carrey doesn't do sequels because of how much he hated doing Ace Ventura's sequel, but that he came back for Sonic 2 because they gave him a pile of money, but also they gave him a chance to do a different version of Robotnik. And then in this movie, he's getting to play Ivo and Gerald.
Yep, two characters at once.
Yeah. Yes, I did know that. I mentioned it at the top. Like, Jeff Fowler's directing career started with Shadow, and now he's back up to this. Yeah, Psycho says, can back up this information about the UK. Yeah. The thing that's crazy about this is that the reason why the reason why he didn't like doing Ace Ventura 2 was because he felt like he just did the same gags a second time. He didn't feel like he did anything.
And and then as an actor, I'm pretty sure that's understandable, because you don't want to do the same thing again. Because what's the point? You feel like you're just doing repeat here.
Cameron says, how is Gerald going to work? I think it's going to play off the fact that in the first movie, they did a parallel of Robotnik and Sonic both being orphans, and how that takes people down different paths. I think now it's going to be like a parallel where, like, Shadow and Robotnik have a connection now with Gerald, but Gerald being there is, like, probably going to put some drama with Robotnik going, wait, why was I an orphan for this long if he was alive? Probably thought he was dead.
Clearly, I think clearly that I think Gerald's gonna be the big bad of the film. Is probably, I imagine, was gonna be the big thing. Which I'm really curious to see how they handle that.
Also, Maria's so dead.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a
there's a
shot in
where
the
you
trailer where her body is on the ground and it's Gerald and Shadow standing over her. And I'm just like,
Yep.
oh, we going there. Oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
going to be crazy.
And yeah, that's the people were. I saw people getting annoyed that Gerald's gonna be goofiest, but then again, we only saw a few seconds, so who knows?
Yeah. He could be
he would still
goofy
be
and
like
also
crazy
incredibly
meat.
sinister.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking about Toriyama earlier. He specialized in making
Mhm.
villains like that. So, exactly.
I mean, what Frieza's one goofy genocidal maniac.
Exactly.
Yep. And also I think I really like Keanu as Shadow.
Oh yeah, I didn't
think
even think about it. Keanu as Shadow is so good. My mom was like, "Wait, that was Keanu Reeves?"
Exactly. I didn't even. Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've seen some people say, "Oh, Keanu's not doing a voice." It just but that's the thing. Shadow voice, no matter what actor, it's always that very quiet tone. I think people don't realize that. That's why, and that's the thing is clearly you see that they chose Keanu because they thought they fit with their take on Shadow.
Yeah,
and it works. I think his voice for Shadow works for the character.
I will
a lot.
say as well. If you've played Cyberpunk, you can pick up Keanu's voice a little quicker.
Well, that's the thing is
because Johnny Silverhand is also an orphan who does things. He does horribly destructive things that he thinks is the right thing to do because of what has happened to him. Shadow and Johnny Silverhand are very similar characters, and I think that maybe that also influenced the casting choice of Keanu as Shadow because of his work as Silverhand in Cyberpunk. Also, I find it funny that both Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves are in Cyberpunk and Sonic, and then
Sonic.
like both were in both.
I will also say, as someone who's seen a lot of Keanu's work, I don't think his voice is 100% just his voice.
No,
there is a much more
definitely
softer.
Yeah,
it's a very much more softer voice than his usual voice.
It's not.
And
it's
like
not
also
his Neo voice. It's not his John Wick voice. It is a soft. Yeah, like you said, softer. It's not as hard. It's not.
Yeah, it sounds like all the Shadow voice actors. It's that very soft tone.
And anybody's also complain about Keanu's voice, I'm going to start editing clips of Shadow doing Ted Theodore Logan lines. Okay.
Yep. Yes. We should have Alex Winter as Silver.
Yes.
But also, people will say that about Keanu, but to be real, Ben Schwartz's voice for Sonic, it's just his voice also.
I was gonna say Idris and Keanu, and this is no offense to Ben Schwartz because he does a great job. Idris and Keanu feel like they really tweak their voices to play the characters. Ben Schwartz is Ben Schwartz in everything that he plays because he's always blue and he's always got that voice.
Yeah,
but he's really funny and his comedic timing is impeccable. But Sonic and Leonardo sound the same.
or Dewey from DuckTales. Yeah. I think also because especially I think also about the trailers. I rewatched the first two movies trailers, and you can really tell that this is gonna be a lot more serious because the first two trailers. First of all, I do like. You go back to watch movie 1 and 2 trailer, they spoil the whole movies from both of them.
Oh yes, they do. Yeah.
They spoil those films hard. Like this first trailer, thankfully, does not look like it spoils too much. They give a lot. They took a lot of things out of context while still giving like a context that
And we'll still get another trailer in the next 4 months. We're for sure getting a second trailer that'll probably show us maybe a little too much, but I'm already sold,
but so I think I'm talking about the first trailers because Sonic Movie 2's first trailer spoils almost everything.
Oh yeah, it spoils all the Knuckles stuff practically.
Yeah, the Master Animal, the Dead Fake Robot, Tails, Tornado, all that stuff. But also the tone, the first two films still had that family comedy feel, where this one it's taken 100% seriously. Besides
this one feels like it's been 4 years since the first movie. The audience grew up a little bit, kind of the way Sonic Adventure 2 was, right? Where it was the audience grew up a little bit. We can move with them.
Especially because I think this film is PG-13 versus the PGs of the first two movies.
Oh, did it get a rating? Because I don't.
I heard it was PG-13, but I could be wrong.
I don't know if they've got an official rating yet because it's not on the poster. Yeah.
I mean, if Maria's gonna die, I feel like it's gonna be a PG-13.
Yeah, it might kick it up to PG-13. Oh, so someone said, Andrea said, Keanu left Lionsgate, now they're in shambles of box office bombs back-to-back this year. No. See, here's the thing. John Wick was the exception to things coming out of Lionsgate. That freaking studio does not know how to launch a single movie into the box office and be successful. Anytime a movie is successful out of Lionsgate, it is a fluke.
I keep forgetting Lionsgate owns John Wick.
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's another studio.
Yeah, because everything else Lionsgate puts out is a complete flop. They do not know how to launch a movie in a marketing campaign at all. Like Lionsgate.
Welcome, Wheels.
Wheels.
Oh, snap.
Wheels popped in.
That means
there's a storm in the distance. You better be coming now.
I forget.
That means I can tag out. Wheels, you take over and watch Dark Claw for me.
Okay. I will watch The Boy. And now I'm just imagining like Ryan turns into what's his face from. I'm imagining Ryan though morphs into Kratos' kid from God of War. By the time Kaus gets back, and it's just me standing there as Kratos, and Jerry's like, "What happened? Things, Jerry.
How long did you go?
I've only gone for 5 minutes.
All right, back to what Ryan was saying about the Sonic trailer.
I forget. Was Borderlands? It was Borderlands and The Crow Lionsgate.
Yes,
both of them.
I believe they were. Lionsgate is probably the worst studio in Hollywood because they cannot even pull in money, and it's the company. God, that really company.
They kind of are sort of the new Weinsteins, aren't they? The Weinstein company, aren't they?
Yeah, just with less known predators.
Yeah, but I heard like the behind the scenes are pretty bad at Lionsgate.
Yeah, somebody owes it. AR says, "How does Lionsgate exist? Money laundering." I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Don't take that.
Like if I recall, Lionsgate was only good when they were like actually supported by other people.
Yeah, usually when it's like a co-release.
Because from what I was saying, the John Wick films are not even like have that much involvement from Lionsgate. Apparently,
they were just distributing them.
Yeah.
Smith the Crow said so is Francis Ford Coppola's Megapolis. It's also Lionsgate. That's because nobody else would take that giant clunker of a stinking movie. Lionsgate was the only ones willing to do it because they're dumb. That movie was panned so badly by like all the film festivals, and Lionsgate's like, yeah, we'll be the ones to release it.
Yeah, not to diss on like Power Rangers, but like the fact that Lionsgate got the power.
Half the failure...
diss on Power Rangers. Let's diss on Power Rangers.
Half the failure of the 2017 Power Rangers movie is on Lionsgate. Because they don't know how to market a movie at all. And that movie... The other half of the problem with that movie is the creative team. That was not a movie gauged for a general audience at all.
Hey, Soundout.
Yes.
Who's paying for this lunch?
Exactly. It should be who... Haim Saban... By the way, guys, if you ever want Haim Saban quotes, go read behind-the-scenes books on X-Men. There's some good ones in there. Like, Haim Saban walked into a meeting of the X-Men writers and said, "Who paid for that lunch?" And Eric Luald said, "I paid for the lunch." And he said, "That's the right answer." And then he walked out. That's Haim Saban. There was another quote. There was another quote from like one of the producers of X-Men that said, "Haim Saban will never stab you in the back. He will stab you in the front. And he'll tell you that that's what he's going to do. He's a fair businessman, but you have to be very careful what deal you make with him."
Yep, that sounds like it.
Yep.
And that's the thing, because someone at Lionsgate got, we'll take this kid franchise known for his bright colorfulness and make it to like this like sci-fi Breakfast Club kind of film.
Yep.
But
anyways, back to Sonic, the movie with Keanu Reeves that'll make money. Oh yeah, that's right. It is Keanu Reeves' birthday today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ironic. Great. I don't know. Do we have anything else to say about this trailer besides it looks amazing and I want to see it now, but I have to wait 4 months?
I know, right? Yeah, I think we said everything we could say about it.
I love the memes.
There was a meme of Knuckles' wrist getting broken by Shadow where someone put in like a car engine struggling to turn over.
Yes. I said that to you as soon as I saw it in Jerry. And I broke Jerry. Jerry was dead. He was like, Jerry was so hard screaming hysterically that he was silent for maybe 4 whole minutes, like trying to catch his breath. It broke him.
There was another one I saw where Knuckles screamed in the Goofy yell.
Yes.
Mine is my favorite was the Tom yell. Actually, that was
the Tom yell.
Too, yeah. I love all the clips of Shadow with John Wick lines. Mm-hmm. "I'm gonna need a gun."
One of my other favorite ones is the visual memes, where it's the one of like, I would so much like to fight him, and it's just like Godzilla, next villain in MonsterVerse, Kong,
Yeah,
Kong
yes.
as Sonic,
Yeah.
and Tails as Mothra, going, why?
Yeah.
Why aren't you a colorful bunch?
A bunch.
Yeah.
I saw that one too, and it's the Ninja Storm Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please tell me please tell me for Wednesday's video you have Shadow next to Johnny. Was it Johnny Silverhands?
I'm
figure?
not spoiling my own videos. Wink,
Okay,
wink, nudge, nudge.
Ryan will.
If anyone's wondering, by the way, I do this in the video as well. But articulating hands for the win. Yeah.
Wait, what are you doing?
You'll see it.
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys ready for the next news topic?
Yep.
Ultraman Art Galaxy armor. He got booties this time.
Got some boots.
I wish he had a belt. I wish he had like a crotch piece. It just kind of feels like there's something missing in the middle.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the Looney Tunes episode last
God.
episode?
I don't even know what to make of the last episode. It was just, see you later, Cameron.
My favorite part is it's telling kids and adults how the comedy works.
Yeah. And also Kanagon was a Gridman villain.
Yep.
I can't believe I have a nickel for every time an Ultraman did the Gridman server entrance move.
What was the first one? Was that X or was that
Maybe
Maybeus did.
Maybe
Surprisingly, X didn't do it.
No, I'm surprised X didn't with the whole like.
Right? He was already a Cyber Ultraman.
To this day, I am still offended that they never brought Gridman in for the crossovers when they were doing all those random crossovers in X. I'm like, you literally make this about Cyber ones, and you don't bring Gridman. How stupid are you? Because they had that realization stuff that could have allowed Gridman to escape, and then we could have had like a Dyna Xenon armor.
I would have said like something must have happened behind the scenes with some weird legal thing.
I feel like there has to be some weird like rights thing. Cause you know how companies will say, "Oh, we can't cross them over because they're two separate brands, and you can't cross them over." It's like
that doesn't make any sense though. They could have at least done an episode where they did a reference with Hikaru Mitakawa showing up as like another character. Like Mirror Knight.
Yeah, they could have done something. They could have done something. Yeah, But anyways, this armor looks fine. I think the booties are the funny part because they're booties. It's got booties. Sega has entered the chat, by the way, guys. Just want to let you know.
Oh God.
Sega has entered the chat. Let's talk about Capcom then.
Cows.
I don't know if Kaus is still listening, but it's Capcom Fighting Collection 2 time. I know he'll be back in a minute. So, for the second time this year, Capcom announced a new fighting collection of games we thought we'd never see again during a Nintendo Direct, nonchalantly after a game nobody cared about.
Yeah.
Common Joe just said no Kyo. Here's the thing about Kyo. He was never the poster boy. It was always Terry. And then they put Kyo in Terry's job for a little bit. But Kyo came back. Or Terry came back.
So I make a good point.
What it is, Terry Bogard is Woody, okay? You switch him out for Buzz Lightyear for Kyo Kusanagi, right? But then eventually it's like, we really can't do this without Terry Bogard, and you put Terry Bogard back in. It's just the same thing with Toy Story 5. I mean, it doesn't matter that Toy Story 4 was all about Woody leaving the group forever. He's back in Toy Story 5 because he's the bankable asset.
Yep. I mean, here's the thing also, like, somebody could point that, the creator of Fatal Fury was the original creator of Street Fighter. So, like, it feels like it's the two sons are at it again with Terry and Ryu.
This isn't a guest, this isn't a crossover, it's a family reunion.
That's why he's in Street Fighter 6.
So,
back with his family.
The games included in this collection, it was funny when they said 8 beloved games, and after I saw the list, I was like, beloved's strong.
And there's
word.
There's one stinker in there.
All right, we got Capcom versus SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. Capcom versus SNK 2 Mark of the Millennium 2001. That's Kaus's favorite fighting game ever, which was amazing. We got Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, a version that we have not seen released over here. They used it for the GBA version of Alpha 3.
Yeah, this is the last arcade one. This doesn't have the characters from the PSP.
Yeah, that was
or
double
Alpha
upper.
3. Yeah, that was double upper. I hope that we can get that one because it has all the. That is telling the final version of Alpha.
We got Power Stone 1 and 2. Project
Justice.
Project Justice is the sequel to Rival Schools, but they may have a legal issue with Rival Schools.
Yeah, from what I heard.
But it also is very similar. And Plasma Sword Nightmare of Bilstein is the sequel to
Star Gladiators.
Yeah, which also may have a legal issue.
Which is Capcom's Star Wars game, pretty much.
The complication is that Rival Schools and Star Gladiators are both PS1 games that were ported to arcades, whereas Project Justice and Plasma Sword were arcade games that later got ported to home consoles. So they're easier to put into this collection because it's all arcade
They're also,
stuff.
I mean, this is...
Oh, right! Capcom Fighting Evolution's here.
Oh, I came back at the right time.
Kaos, you're back!
Kaos, tell us what's bad about Capcom Fighting Evolution.
The game that kills the fighting game branch.
There was a game called Capcom Fighting Jam that was going to be developed. It was going to be cool. It was 3D. They scrapped all that. Decided to do this very quickly, and it's such a rushed hodgepodge.
Didn't they have like a budget of like a shoestring and a nickel, pretty much?
Yeah, because they decided to just take everything they were actually gonna do and just throw that out the window, which all that money's gone.
The balancing was also like bad. Also,
well, the issue with the game is that because they were reusing assets, the characters from Street Fighter. First of all, half the roster Street Fighter.
It was Street Fighter,
Darkstalkers, and Red Earth. Everybody plays as if they were in those games, which means the Red Earth characters don't work properly because they were an RPG.
Yeah, Red Earth is not. It plays like a fighting game, but it's an RPG, really.
Yeah. You can't just throw them in, right, guys? You can't just straight reuse them.
Yeah, that's what they did. They just wrapped it all with some glue, called it a day. And guess who was behind that? And again, can't say it was his fault fully, because he redeemed himself in 4. But it was Ono.
Yeah,
who was the director on that game?
Hey, he wouldn't have had to redeem himself if that game wasn't the way that was.
Yeah. Well, because again, like it wasn't the window for that game was so small, they had to get it out. So I
still don't get why they didn't just go through with the cool 3D actual game they were planning.
And apparently, that game even had arcade beta tests, and the game's playable. Like
it's in a playable state. Like
one day, you actually played it besides me.
I have.
I actually owned it.
I bought it I bought Capcom Fighting Evolution on PS3. And then played 10 minutes of it and instantly regretted my purchase and called customer service at PlayStation and asked if I'd get a refund. And they said, well, you opened the download, so we can't give you a refund. And I was like, oh.
I bought it day 1.
Oh, you bought it day 1?
Oh, man, it's even worse. On paper, it sounds great. It's Capcom versus Capcom.
Versus Capcom. Even though it barely had any Capcom. That's the concept, because I think the original 3D version had more characters that are from.
It did.
Yeah, because it had Rival Schools.
Like I said, the 3D one was going to be really good. It had Rival Schools. It had oh my goodness! I see every time I see screenshots of it, I get sad and I'm like, really? We scrapped this for this?
Was it the one that became an actual 3D fighter like Tekken and stuff?
Yep, because it was off the Rival Schools style and the Street Fighter
engine.
I
think it was using. I think it was using a similar engine to Rival Schools. I'm pretty sure.
So outside of that, the rest of this connection's amazing, and I think the general consensus is Capcom Fighting Evolution is trash, but it's preserved now, and that's a good thing for history.
I think it's just a glorified bonus. It's like the bonus fry in your. It's like the bonus like onion ring in your meal or something like that.
Everybody should buy this for Capcom versus SNK 2. Everything else is gravy, right?
Yeah, Power Stone is awesome. I actually have a story about Power Stone.
Tell us.
Oh, really?
Tell us.
When I was in 6th grade, I had a cancer scare. Thankfully, it wasn't, but like I had a tumor and everything, and like this might be cancer. This whole year of going through crap, and like getting surgeries and all this, and I asked for one thing. I begged for it because I played it at a kiosk in Funkoland, and that was Power Stone. And when I got the final surgery that finally fixed everything, I come home and I see Power Stone, and that fixed everything.
Oh, that's a sweet story.
That's amazing. It is like, and that's the amazing thing when we when we sit here and we talk about all the stuff we're passionate about and the stuff we love, somebody could be like, does any of this really matter because of all this, and this happening in the world? And it's like, no, this is the stuff that gets us through the rough times, And that's why all this stuff I find all the stuff we love to be important because it's for the soul, man. It's for the soul.
I was super excited.
Okay, Sound Out. I'm very concerned.
Yes.
How can it be for the soul when most of us here don't have one?
Oh, I got mine back, actually. It's called I Read One Piece and opened myself up to a new world, and it was great.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
How it works. I let myself
into
something.
You write out a piece of paper and you eat it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got super excited seeing Project Justice. Like, I love rival schools, so seeing that brought back, it's like, yes! I mean, what was your reaction SNK, Capcom vs. SNK 2's counts?
Well, it's my favorite fighting game ever, period. Oh my goodness. Oh, and the fact that you're getting, like, the first one, the fact you're getting the secret characters without having to do the crazy hard boss fights.
Oh, plus you could have multiple. You could have multiples of the same character on one team.
Yeah, which you couldn't do before either.
Yeah.
If you to get God Rugal or Ultimate Rugal, whatever you want to call him, Shinakuma, you had to beat them, and that was easier said than done.
I see some people confuse why SNK vs. Capcom Chaos wasn't this, because I think that was basically developed by SNK,
that was SNK.
right?
Yeah.
That's why it was. You know which was which by which company's first.
Right, yeah, it was SNK vs. Capcom Chaos versus Capcom versus.
Yeah,
SNK.
and that one, and luckily they just re-released that, so it's back out again.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're also getting as chat mentioned. You're also getting EO. That's right, Easy Operation, which is where you get the one button specials from. Which I also had. I still have my PS2 copy, but I used to have a Xbox one and GameCube one, and those were the EO versions.
Yeah. Infinity Wartorn says video games on the Monday stream. Yeah, it happens when it's this stuff. This is Capcom Fighting Collection is the kind of stuff I show up and do Monday stuff for, because I got my dream 2 years ago when they put all the Darkstalkers games in that first Capcom Fighting Collection. And now we're all getting the rest of the dreams here, like,
and plus Marvel.
Plus Marvel. Because the thing I was talking about this on Tuesday's stream, I was like, all right, we got my favorite fighting game, Vampire Savior. We got Cal's favorite fighting game with Capcom vs. SNK 2. Darkon's favorite Power Stone. And we all got Marvel, but like, whose dream games are left to be re-released?
Right. I'm still shocked we're getting Plasma Sword. I never got to play Plasma Sword. I only got to play the first game, Star Gladiator. I had that game.
I've never played Project Justice or Plasma Sword. So I'm very excited for both.
Plasma Sword pretty much is that Star Wars fighting game was good pretty much.
Yeah.
I feel like we soon will get a third collection, because there's still some games fighting.
Oh yeah, there's still some they can release.
Tatsunoko, Technomancer.
Tatsunoko, Max did a great video. Maximilian Dude, who's like, what do we call him? The big fighting game guy on YouTube?
No. Our joke is we call him the president of gaming, to the extent people have literally started taking our joke and referring to him as the president of gaming.
The president of gaming, Maximilian Dude. He did a video talking about what other games they could release in future collections. Something he mentioned about Tatsunoko versus Capcom I thought was very interesting. He said there shouldn't be an issue to re-release it in Japan because everything's under Tatsunoko, but in the West, all the Tatsunoko brands are split up against multiple distributors.
That's why we didn't get certain characters in the US version.
Right. And so that may cause a problem when they if they want to re-release the game.
Yeah, because you release both, because that means, because if they were to re-release Tatsunoko, they had to include both versions if they want to
re-release. Or even if they want to include the version we
owns.
got here, a lot of deals have been made recently that would complicate this.
Or expired.
Yeah.
Or we don't know what the contract is.
Like, does Stars still own Karas?
I don't know. Who owns Hakushon Daimao? Because that was one of the characters I couldn't bring here. Or some of you may know it as Akubi.
I think Sentai Filmworks still owns
Gatchaman and Cashern.
Yeah.
It's a very Blue Baron says, I feel it's the same situation with the release. Not quite, because when Tatsunoko vs. Capcom was released, we did not have Sentai Filmworks releasing Gatchaman. We did not have the Cashern release. I don't think Karas had come over yet when that game got licensed.
I did.
Which Karas was it?
There's only one Karas.
Okay, because I always think there's like a 2D one and a CG one.
No,
it's just a CG one.
Because it's a 2D anime that has CG action.
Yeah.
Action.
That's probably why I think there's two of them, because I always forget that part.
Yeah, there was a mixed format.
It's like the Garo. It's like the Garo animes.
Because Karis was dropped in about 2004, 5, I think.
Okay.
In America,
it was on
Japan.
the Godzilla home in America.
Yeah, and so that was before. That was before then. So okay, so Karis wouldn't be an issue then. I think it's Gatchaman and Kashin though, because
I don't think anyone owns Yatterman. I think so. I think Yatterman
nobody owns Yatterman. And Time Bokan didn't get brought over when the new Time Bokan happened.
Does anyone own Tekkaman?
ADV used to, but they're dead.
Yeah, they're dead. And I don't think Sentai has them.
Discotek's got the market on Palomar.
Mm-hmm.
They released 2 things out of the 3. SSJ4 Jason brought up a good point. I look at this and wonder why NetherRealm can't do something like this for Mortal Kombat. I've been talking to people about this.
They tried. There's multiple companies that tried to pitch a collection to NetherRealm or WB, and they never
they're just not interested.
went through. Yeah.
The companies are just not interested in doing that.
Which is a shame, 'cause I would love to replay especially the 3D games. The 3D games were a lot of fun.
I think people would be into it, but they want to focus on the current game only. That's how they think.
Mm-hmm. And look how that's going.
Same thing with Bamco with Tekken and Soul Calibur. I'd love to see some collections.
I mean, essentially, hey, we're deciding now to do a trying to remaster all the Tales games. One of Bandai's biggest RPG series. Now it's like, oh, maybe we should re-release those now for people. God, I was super happy seeing Tales of Graces get released, but now go all right, where's the rest?
To bring this part of the conversation full circle, Spit the Chris says, I mean, if Super Robot Wars 30 can get brought over with all its licenses, I don't see why Testo can't get re-released. How about, adding to that, we just got a Marvel vs. Capcom collection. We just got an SNK vs. Capcom collection. Yes, they just had to talk to one person. They just had to talk to SNK to get these re-released. They just had to talk to Marvel to get those re-released. But the fact that these even exist... We're already in miraculous times.
On top of that, Soundout, that one comedian is even in the game for Marvel.
Noritoshi or something like that.
Norimaru.
Norimaru. Because when we first saw the game, he was not on the site or anything, so people thought they removed him because of licensing. But now they got him back.
Yep. And speaking of Marvel vs. Capcom collection, after that amazing news drop of the collection, Fighting Collection 2, we got the news that Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection will be released digitally in 10 days from now, September 12th. And then November 22nd will be the physical. The physical edition, the first printings, will include an exclusive comic book with original storyline and artwork as well.
Well, that's so cool.
And I can't wait. I'm buying it twice.
Yep. So my plan is to get digital on PlayStation and physical on Switch. That's my plan.
I'm going to do digital PlayStation, physical Switch. I am planning to stream this on September 12th. I will let everybody know details when we get closer to that, but I really want to do a Marvel stream.
We need to have Soundout versus Fighter Cows, new age of streamers.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to do that. We need to see if we can do that, make it happen. I know that's the day before PulseCon. If Hasbro PulseCon has some news for Marvel vs. Capcom, that would be hilarious. I think it'd be great if they did it again.
That week it's gonna be stream week pretty much.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know we're gonna be doing a Thursday stream, and I won't make it a member stream. It'll be a public stream because I really want to spread. The news.
No. Let's members this.
No,
let's get money.
No.
Let's get the money.
We don't get money from the member streams, Wheels. Those are rewards for people that are members.
Already paid money.
Yeah.
Let's get more money. More
I don't monetize the member streams. I monetize the public ones. So if you're talking about money, I make more from the public streams than the members.
I don't know why. I thought you were going to start singing the Men in Tights theme instead, Wheels.
The member streams are rewards for members, and I'll still do some gaming stuff with members, but
the plan. What we could do is
Jerry, I thought you said Aoyuki wasn't Judgment.
Did I? I don't remember saying that. I remember saying Mio Rine, what's her name? Lynn is in Lost Judgment.
Okay, I thought you said. Okay, never mind.
I mean, the plan.
Back on track with the show we're doing, Wheels.
The plan we could have is Sal streams on YouTube, Cal streams on Twitch.
Yeah, we can figure
money.
we got to figure it all out. But I just want to let you guys know we're going to stream Marvel vs. Capcom. It's a seminal moment in history. We're not letting it slide by, so we will figure that all out. And we will let you guys know probably like next week because we need like a week to details need to get sussed out, and then when we've sussed them out, we can figure it out. And I just think it's funny that
because Soundout wants to be a sussy baka gaijin.
Yeah, that's why I was going with that, Wheels. Thank you. Anyways, the point is this game's coming quicker than we thought. I think we all expecting November.
I mean, the fact that they announced the Fighting Collection 2 like only a month after the Marvel collections, like my God, Capcom really likes to make their fans throw up.
Yep. The Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is going to be sometime next year, which is crazy. So, Blue Baron says these collections they never add new characters, right? Yeah, they don't add any new characters that weren't already
just
there.
collections. I mean, unless you want to count the secret characters.
The secret characters are now just going to be easily selectable. But yeah,
I mean, before like the bosses were not playable at all. They're they're playable now, so that's I guess the equivalent.
Yep.
Of that.
Also, Wheels Philippe says, "Is this the Wheels I'm supposed to see at Morphicon?" That is the Wheels you.
Damn right.
Morphicon.
Damn right, Philippe. Philippe kept walking around being like a volunteer. Got to host an actual panel, something we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see how it is, Philippe.
Philippe said, "Oh crap."
Yeah, I'm calling you out. How the hell did you get to host?
He said, "I'm so sorry, Wheels."
Have to. Yeah. Whose good side did you get on? Because the only good side I got on was Brian Flynn at Super 7.
See, Wheels, I think we got to figure out the solution to how do we host panels at Morphicon? That's the secret question.
Hijack one.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just do that.
Philippe said Emilio's side. Who's Emilio?
I don't know who Emilio. I don't know who Emilio is. Emilio Estevez.
I'm thinking of the pizza. Think of Elio's pizza instead of Emilio.
I'm just sitting over here like, bruh. I'm like, how did this guy? I just met this guy through Favine just a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Thomas said, but Wheels, you got on Furuhara-san's side, so.
I got it. Yeah, and I also got the ire of Toku Spirits, and that's another story.
Yeah,
for
a different article.
For the Hero Club. Yeah, for the Hero Club stream.
Yep. All right, moving on. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind game is still scheduled to release this year, and they did announce that you can unlock the Green Ranger, which I think.
Oh my God, guys, water's wet.
I know, because remember the screenshot of the roller coaster cars, and we're like, "There's a green one, so we can unlock green, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, you can unlock green."
So. That reminds me of how people
now, I'm gonna say this right now. If White Ranger's in here, that'd be also cool.
That would be a surprise. I feel like it's just going to be green, but I would really cool. I do love this shot of the Green Ranger choking Tenga and beating the crap out of his face like he's Batman. Like, what is going on here?
Oh, I mean, if Tengas are in the game, then I'm pretty sure White's going to be in the game.
Yeah.
No, they're going to make White DLC.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're probably going to make a DLC, I feel like.
Give me a DLC pack with White and...
Oh, my God, Toma give a membership.
Kyle got the membership. Thank you, Toma, for gifting memberships. Thank you, Toma. Fonzie, I would have gone more in depth with the Capcom Fighting Collection, but that would have been the rest of the entire stream, and I got other news. There's a lot of great stuff in it. We'll stream it later when it comes out, and we'll get really deep into it. Anyways, I was gonna say DLC pack: White Ranger, Ninjor, and Alien Rangers.
Drake and Ranger Slayer, you can touch boom, as Mateki said in the chat. Is this another stream when it comes out day? Because I feel like we have to.
Probably. We'll probably do a stream of it, but maybe a member stream.
How much is this game again? We don't know.
We don't know. It's probably going to be like how much was Shredder's Revenge when it came
25?
out? 25? Yeah, I remember.
Wasn't it 25? Shredder's Revenge? It was something like that. 25, I think.
It came out. Yeah,
Let me check. I can check right now on Steam because I'm pretty sure.
I'll say this right now. If it's actually 25, I'll probably get it day one.
Yeah.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure.
How much it was? Yeah, it was like 25. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because it was gifted to me.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the release date.
Oh yeah, no, we were trying to figure out the price because we.
It was $24.99.
Shredder. I'm checking on Steam. Shredder Revenge is $24.99.
Okay, yeah.
So
if this is around that price, that'd be perfect. I definitely pick this up. All right. Next thing. So, anybody waiting for Gridman Universe on Crunchyroll? Don't. The Studio Trigger PR team made a statement because people have been asking, and the Studio Trigger PR team said throw all of the complaints about Gridman being unavailable overseas to Crunchyroll.
I love they throw shade at Crunchyroll.
That's not even shade. They're just straight up saying the problem is not us, it's them.
Because it's even to the point where we don't even know if the airplane subs are even Crunchyroll or not, right?
But we do know that Crunchyroll aired the movie at Anime Expo last year.
And sub, but with their own subs, probably.
Yeah. Why the hell is this movie not even released on streaming? You know?
Yeah, I mean, like again, like the actor, like even the voice actors for the dub, like I said, we wish we could dub this. We wish we dubbed this movie. So again, showing Crunchyroll's doing nothing.
Blue Baron said, "Makes me feel did the movie underperform? It never performed because it never got released outside of one screening. One screening, and on some international flights is the only way you can watch this movie officially in the West."
Oh, funny story too. I found out about the Gridman dub of, I don't know if anyone knows this lore, but the Gridman dub almost had so much bleed through of Darling in the Franxx that the director told the Darling in the Franxx cast to get the hell out of the goddamn.
Well, yeah, because I think Christopher Chapman was ADR director for both. I want to say.
Yeah. Because having talked to Shipman, he actually went into the audition room right after he got put as the lead director, like lead voice actor in Darling in the Franxx, and he said, "Yeah, so my ADR director said, go, get out of here. I don't want you." It's like, "But I want to be in Gridman. Go. Go."
We got too many of the same cast going on. Get out of here.
No, he told him straight up, and he goes, "Can I just switch? Just recap? We already announced you. Go." Like, he was jokingly telling me like how like it was just like him trying to get into the Gridman one somehow. He's like, "Yeah, but then they brought me back for like a character in Dynazeon, so that was cool."
That's great.
That's hilarious.
And then he was telling me how they're trying to get more dubs made, but like Subaraya is being very particular about what they dubbed, because he was like, "So we're doing Trigger next," and they're like, "No, right to Blazar," and he was like, "So Trigger really sucked," and I was just like,
I'm not surprised on hearing that, honestly, because all up to what the parent company had to say about those stuff. But yeah.
There was some other funny things too, like, oh my god, I gotta tell you this one after stream, the Mamoru Miyano story.
Oh, all
right.
Yeah, we'll do that one later. All right, Dragon Ball Daima finally has a release date. Yes, Dynazen on to get dubbed, Kyle. Dragon Ball Daima will premiere on October 11th at 11:40 p.m. Japan Standard Time. The first episode is going to be 40 minutes long. This is in comparison. Dragon Ball Super was a 9 a.m. Sunday morning block, but Fuji TV moved this to an evening block or nighttime block because that will be a Japan nationwide time slot, whereas the 9 a.m. was only in certain parts of the country. They're also going to be, it'll have its world premiere at a special Dragon Ball Daimatsuri, which will be on October 6th at Tokyo Big Sight. There'll be 3 screenings of the anime's first episode at 10 a.m., 2:15 p.m., and 6 p.m., and cast members will be in attendance for the first 2. The event, which commemorates 40th anniversary of the series, is free but requires a lottery for tickets. Now, you're probably wondering, how's the rest of the world going to see this? And the answer is, we have no idea.
We don't know. We don't know.
It will be what would logically make sense to me as somebody who knows the impact and the popularity of Dragon Ball, and the fact that the series has been in the works for a while and they've been animating it for a couple years now. This should get simuldub released on Crunchyroll, same date and time it releases in Japan. However, because Crunchyroll is completely incompetent, Toei is literally stupid, I have no idea if that's actually going to happen. And this is why Crunchyroll and Toei will never hit me up for sponsorship stuff, because I call them out.
It's baffling, because it's like they know it's a worldwide brand. They would not have Sparking Zero being like big events that everybody would see.
And for anyone wondering, it's Dragon Ball. Of course it'll come out at the same time. It took 14 months for Super to come out here. Yep. 14 months before we got a simulcast. 20 months before we got a dub. Now, we do know there will be English dub for characters appearing in this anime because they're going to be DLC for Sparking Zero.
Yep.
Or Sparking Zero.
And on top of that, Sparking Zero comes out October 11th as well, so the same exact day as this anime.
It reminds me when when the game Battle Z came out, and that's how we got our first dub voices of Beerus and Whis.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Or how Goku Black, we got his dub voice in Xenoverse and Fighters before that arc aired.
Yeah,
everybody rightfully
but it was very different. Or
you're trying to do a British accent, and people are like,
when Xenoverse first came out with Goku Black, that was before the dub got to the arc. So Sean Channel did like a very Batman sounding voice because they probably did not know what was the context of the character. Then they went back and when they got to that DLC of Super, they gave him the British accent again.
Well, because in Fighters he was on bass
British accent either.
Yeah, because
he literally got taken. I saw it happen live when they were like, "Schemmel, what are you doing?" Giving him British accent. He's like, "Well, that's my interpretation," and people are like, "Nah."
Because I think that the problem was that we didn't know what was going on with the character. We didn't know what was going on with Zamasu. And so, like, the twist that, like, Goku Black was Zamasu, and so the voice had to match that. I think they thought they were going to go with a British Zamasu, but then they changed their mind.
It also, Hit has a completely different voice actor in Xenoverse 2 versus Matt Mercer in the dub.
See, Kyle says Fighters was after Goku Black arc had finished. Yes, in Japan. But the English dub of the Goku Black arc had not happened yet, and they had not gotten to... Techie, the show's been out for years. Calm down. They had not gotten to the dub yet for the Goku Black arc, so that was the first... So the Fighters and Xenoverse were the first passes on those dub voices before they got to the show.
They didn't get to... They didn't get to
I'm really assuming, though, like, the British thing wasn't just Schemmel's... I had
a feeling they were going to make Zamasu British, and then when they got... what's his name? James
Master. Yeah.
Yeah, when they got him and he wasn't doing British.
Schemmel literally said, "Fight me, IRL."
I mean, that's also Schemmel's answer when you tell him there's other actors that played Goku.
That is true.
That is true.
I mean, there was a reason why when I brought up I don't really hate Schemmel, but I know he can be a problem to Shipman. He was just like, no comment.
Damn. Oh, man. Not even like a smooth, I don't know the guy that well. Like, there's a no comment. Like, oh. Anyways, the point being, getting back on track.
Same with Brittany. She said the same thing. No comment.
So back on track. Hopefully, we get everything as it should, because this is the most popular anime franchise in the world. I don't even say that with hyperbole. Like, what other thing has made as much impact as Dragon Ball?
Well,
right?
Toei apparently does treat it that way.
I know, right? And we're going to talk about franchises not being treated well by companies in the next two topics,
I keep telling Toei, I don't tell them, but I keep saying, like, I always get confused by that.
Toei keeps thinking One Piece is the big one just because of Latin America and Asia.
I mean, don't forget.
One Piece is. I'm like, well, it is huge, but
don't forget that Toei, Shueisha, and Bandai having that big conflict battle. Who owns the franchise now?
Yep.
That is going on, yep.
And that's because a producer said Shueisha and Toei are underutilizing Toriyama's works, and I'm just going to go get stuff made regardless of them. And honestly, he's real for that, because, like...
That dude's a homie.
Yeah, I'm like, go for it, dude. I know he's like, I'm not breaking any laws, I'm just doing things without permission, and I'll ask forgiveness later. And you know what? More power to you, because otherwise we would have never gotten a Sandland adaptation.
Imagine the Ultraman Blazer beg for forgiveness.
Exactly. All right, next up, Gundam Seed, Gundam Seed Destiny, and Gundam Seed Freedom are now all streaming on Netflix. Now, if you're looking for the shows, I have heard there are dub glitches if you watch them in English for Seed and Seed Destiny, where it will randomly switch to the Japanese without subtitles.
Oh no,
I love watching Ultraman.
Yeah.
I love watching Ultraman.
Also, Gundam Seed Freedom, for whatever reason, is only in the English dub. No Japanese version, just the English dub. Also, Jeremy Carr had mentioned people have had issues watching Seed Freedom and causing Netflix to crash. Blue Baron, Gundam Requiem for Vengeance is next month. Yay. This The fact that we still have audio glitch problems, and the fact that like we only get an English dub for Seed Freedom and not any of the other languages is like, what?
Audio glitch problems all the time, man. That sounds like AEW.
Yeah.
We'll
that's not the end of the bad news for Gundam. I take this as bad news, by the way, guys. This is horrifying to me. All right.
I could give you worse news.
Well, let me finish this and then we'll get to it. Okay. So, God, where do I start with this?
Oh boy.
For the Gundam 45th anniversary, we have gotten Gundam Seed Freedom, which was the biggest, most successful Gundam movie of all time. And since then, all we have gotten an announcement is Requiem for Vengeance, an Unreal Engine animated series that's bankrolled by Netflix. A VR movie, Gundam Silver Phantom, bankrolled by MetaQuest. And a recut of Gundam Seed Freedom into 2 movies with additional scenes. And now, a recut of Gundam The Origins 6 OVAs into 3 movies with no additional footage, no new animation, and nothing added to it. This wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't for the fact they had already recut Gundam The Origins 6 OVAs into a 13-episode TV show that had at least new animation for its opening and ending sequences, but now we're recutting it a second time, which, by the way, has never happened. We usually recut stuff once. So a second recut to now put into 3 movies that'll air in Japan September 13th, 22nd, and 25th in 18 theaters across Japan. Why? Why even... What? Where did all that money from Seed Freedom go? Where did it all go? Because it's not getting reinvested into the franchise. Where is Gundam Urder Hunt? That was a recut of animation for a mobile game that I imagine didn't need that much additional material to fill out. Where's Hathaway 2? That's just been taking 4 frickin' years to come out. And are we ever going to get a Gundam TV show again? Like, where's all the money going? They're like, oh, look how successful these movies are. And I'm like, I don't see you reinvesting it into the franchise. I know it takes time to get things going, but the fact that we're recutting OVAs yet again for the second time, like, at least recut something else that hadn't been recut already. Like, what a way to celebrate the 45th anniversary with basically nothing.
I'm surprised they're not cutting Witch of Mercury into a compilation movie.
Yeah, like, why not?
Not yet.
Why
I
not
I was just going to say that.
If it had been anything else that, like, if it had been Witch from Mercury in a compilation movie, sure, I wouldn't have complained. Why are we recutting the origin for the second time? It doesn't make any sense. This is unnecessary on levels of unnecessary. And on top of that, every new Gundam project seems to do well. And the Gunpla seem to be selling. And Gundam Breaker 4 came out, and people are liking that. But, like, on the anime side of things, there's just nothing going on. Because the only things outside of these recuts that we know about in the pipeline that's not bankrolled by some outside force is a mobile game movie recut that should not be taking two years plus to be doing, and a sequel to a movie that already existed that's taking up to 4 years now, to the point where they said we shouldn't even announced it. As a Gundam fan who primarily loves the anime, like, I love the model kits, I like the manga, I like the video games, but the Gundam anime is my bread and butter when it comes to this franchise, and all I got was a Seed movie. Great 45th anniversary, guys. Falcon's Tech brings with the exact problem I have. Why spend the money on more anime when the model kits still sell the same amount? That's the problem with Bandai owning the production company that makes the anime. There's no one to hold them in check. They can just go, let's just put out something every once in a while to roll out a line of kits, because Bandai money will make us all the money we need. Anybody got thoughts on this? I'm done ranting.
It should scare you that supposedly there's inklings that we're going to get more Seed movies.
I wouldn't mind that if it's something new. The recut of the Seed movie made me go, why couldn't we just use that money and, like, get another Seed OVA or another Seed movie? I'm fine as long as there's something new. It's these constant recuts being floated out as something new when they're not. in this, even if they added scenes to the origin, like say, oh, we added an epilogue, and then it just goes through key moments of the original Gundam series in the origin style, that'd be something. But the fact that they literally said there's no new footage added, and that's the second time it's happened because the TV version didn't have any new footage added to the show. That's what I'm kind of broken at this point with this, to be honest. That's just what
I mean, especially like, unless it's like new animation, what's the point? Scenario.
Exactly. And the thing is too, I was checking the runtimes, and the way they've broken these out is that the first movie is going to be the first 2 OVAs, the second movie is going to be the second 2, and the third movie is going to be the last 2. And unless that last movie is 3 hours long, they're going to have to cut stuff out of it.
What's up with Sunrise and their obsession with these movie edits?
With all of this going on,
it's probably because that's what got the franchise popular in the first place.
I'm not even talking about just Gundam. Like, you know, you had the whole weirdness with Code Geass, where that's 4 movies that's being cut to 12 episodes. Got Sandland, with that that was a movie, then got cut to 4 episodes plus additional new arc into that's only available in the series. I don't know what Sunrise is going on with them.
Because like back in like the bubble economy times, you would do this beautiful like mecha animation, you'd recut it into a movie so you could make some money back from the beautiful animation. That was before home video. Home video makes compilation movies irrelevant. Because it's like you're selling it a second time. You're making extra money off of it. Right?
It's not like the G-Reco movies where those are just completely new movies, right?
Yeah. The G-Reco movies make massive changes and they fix the story and they cut out some of the fluff, and it's like Tomino getting you to do a second draft on G-Reco. I get why they make the G-Reco movies. It was a second chance to fix that story. When you just recut something, and they did this with Hathaway. They cut Hathaway into 4 episodes. They cut narrative into 4 episodes. What is the point of these? If they're not going to add anything or change anything, even the Seed Freedom recut is they're changing 500 shots of the movie and giving it new animation. But like, what is the point of doing a recut that doesn't add anything whatsoever? Because all it does is bog down my document of things that exist in the Gundam anime.
Your drink?
A little bit.
Right?
I gotta ask, is Hathaway dead?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah,
it's been because the fact they're not even talking about it, going like we're doing all these other movies. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
They literally said there's a delay on Hathaway, which means it's dead.
It's been 3 years since the first movie came out, and it's going to be at least 4 years before it comes out, right? And that goalpost keeps moving. And like the problem with Hathaway, and the thing was, I remember when they were like, after the first movie came out, they're like, oh, we're gonna work on the second one, but we can't go travel to do location scouting because of COVID, so we'll have to wait. And I'm like, is that the first step in your movie is location scouting so you can draw stuff? Like, just get some photo reference. Like,
exactly.
You don't need to go to these places.
It's an excuse for vacation, and they really committed to that vacation.
You're not the Fantastic Four where they're looking for the best rocks of Ben Grimm.
Exactly.
No, they're just like they just want their vacation that bad, and they're willing to.
and what sucks too.
Like the two things they want is the vacation, and for some reason they really want that accuracy. They really want to make sure that Jollibee logo looks exactly like Jollibee logo.
Just even ask though you could Jollibee to send you a copy of their logo.
Is the locations really? Question: are the locations like a portrait to Hathaway? Then
no.
What's the point?
No, they're not.
What's the point, then?
The movie got some praise because people were like, "Oh, look, it's literally Malaysia," but like, it's like a
Kogia. It's like a Kogia.
They made changes because it's in the future too. It's not even like it's current day, you know.
It's like for Code Geass, Rose, They for the final episode / movie. They actually went over the whole world because of the finale storyline being global or something like that. What's the point?
Yeah. No, seriously. Blade Raider mentioned an F91 series. I still think why not do an F90 series? The model kits seem to be selling well. You know, like it'd be
nice to have proper series for F90 and F91 and not just...
Yeah, they're on like their 4th manga for the F90 project. Like, why can't we get like an F90 series that leads into an F91 retelling?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love that.
That'd be so good. So the thing is that like, I think the problem too with the Gundam thing is that It's Gundam's 45th this year. It's Digimon's Anime's 25th this year, and they're doing absolutely nothing. And that's all that can be co-blamed with Toei, with the Digimon anime not doing anything, because Toei could also be at fault there. But they did nothing but like, here's a little 2-minute preview video where we reanimated scenes from the original show, and I'm like, I couldn't even tell you did anything. 'Cause it looks the same. But this is all on Bandai, because Bandai owns Sunrise. It's all under one company, and this company is just not. I feel like there's more going on with Digimon because they have the manga, like the web mangas. But what is Gundam doing? Smith the Crow says, is Transformers the only thing celebrating its anniversary doing anything? Kinda? They're kind of doing it.
They're making a movie. They're releasing a movie.
But I don't feel like that movie was made because of the 40th.
I mean,
Transformers 1 was not made because of the 40th.
It's a pure coincidence, definitely.
Yeah. And I think the product lineup for the Transformers 40th has been kind of crap, too, to be honest. It's been a lot of, like, how many G1 Optimus Primes can we make? And it's nice, but, like, also at the same time, like, and all Takara's 40th anniversary stuff has just been weird. And
hey, Wheels, how do you feel about those Godzilla? You were there last week. How do you feel about those Godzilla collabs?
You mean trash?
Yeah.
I've seen better Digibashes.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, and that's funny, because we don't even know if that's Takara's fault or Toho's. Or Bandai's. Someone brought out the idea that, what if it's Bandai? Bandai said, no, you can't make a Godzilla that looks like Godzilla. That's our rights. Who knows? They still suck. The Optimus Prime Kiryu is like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, my eye is twitching, by the way, guys, because of how much I was yelling about Gundam.
Why didn't they just take what's-his-face, the Triple Changer, and turn him into a Maser Jet and a Maser Tank?
Yeah, Snapdragon.
Perfect. Snapdragon, yeah. That would have been
perfect. No, I was thinking of what's-his-face, the leader class guy. I can't think of his name right now, from Master Force.
I mean, Overlord?
Double Dealer?
No, the other guy. Yeah, Double Dealer.
Oh, yeah, Double Dealer.
Yeah, that would have worked.
Yeah.
Man, it sucks. I hate when you have, like, you look at a product and you can, like, instantly think of better ideas, and then you gotta wonder.
Oh, Snapdragon could have been perfect as a Godzilla into a Super X3.
Yes. That's what we were thinking with Snapdragon when we were talking about molds they could have used. Yeah. So that's the thing, is it's annoying when you think of these ideas and you're like, someone in the room had to have thought of this, right? But which was the executive that shot it down? Right? That's kind of what it ends up being. Okay, we're going to move on to Blu-ray news because I need to chill out. The Gundam thing got me more... The Gundam thing bothers me. Gundam thing bothers me as a Gundam fan, I gotta tell you. But
no, it doesn't bother me.
What?
Liger Prime. Liger Prime doesn't bother me.
Liger Prime is beautiful. All right, Blu-ray news. So, corporate bullying works. 2 weeks ago, I had mentioned how there was no update on the Dirty Pair Kickstarter, and we had seen that people who were part of it said on LinkedIn they were no longer part of it. And then it blew up all over Twitter last week and other social media and over YouTube. And then finally this week, or this past week, we got an update. And they sent out this thing to those that had backed the Dirty Pair Kickstarter saying that, thank you for your patience as we give you an update on production of the dub version of the classic 1985 series, Dirty Pair. Thanks to all the production staff, yada, yada, yada. Series is still in post-production. I don't know how it's in post-production 4 years later. This is insane. And as with many productions, delays sometimes occur. Yeah, no shit. You should be receiving updates on Dirty Pair every 2 to 4 weeks until release. Let's see if that actually happens. We hope that a new cadence and frequency of communications will help alleviate any concerns you may have. Yes, it would. Please note that we remain fully committed to this production, especially given the passionate fan base eagerly awaiting its release. Yes, because they were very upset you took $700,000 and didn't want to give updates. As part of your commit to Kickstarter, beginning September 3rd, we'll begin shipping out available portions of your backer rewards. Should have done that a while ago, while the series is being prepped for post-production editing and shipping. So, yeah. There's that. So that was the update. Hopefully that they stay true to it. And they also posted the same update on the Crunchyroll Twitter, so it wasn't just buried behind backers. They got they got their butt raked across the coals by social media over this, and rightfully so.
Yep.
And they've now made a statement. So let's keep holding them to it. If it goes, they said updates every 2 to 4 weeks. If after 4 weeks there isn't an update, time to rake them across the coals again. Can't let this company just simmer. They will try to run off with without doing what they should be doing right. Because this is a monopoly, and we have to hold this monopoly accountable because no one else will, it seems. Power of fandom, let's go. All right, you guys ready to talk about the environment?
What kind of environment?
Captain
The
Planet.
Captain Planet.
He
He's my
didn't stop
hero.
climate change. Now everything is too hot. Anyways, Captain Planet is getting a DVD set, 15 discs, retail price is $78. A DVD in 2024 shouldn't be that much. Contains both Captain Planet and the Planeteers, as well as the New Adventures of Captain Planet, so both the Deke and the Hanna-Barbera stuff. And I kind of hate that it doesn't say the complete series. It's called the complete franchise, which I don't know why that sounds more corporate and gross, but it does.
I didn't even know there was a second Captain Planet series.
Yes. There are two. There are 2 different sets, 2 different series. I didn't know that until this DVD was announced. But
it's like because it was the G.I. Joe thing where it's like the second series was done by Deke then.
No, it started by Deke and then it went to Hanna-Barbera. So,
really? Because I thought
weird.
Because it wasn't like Captain Planet like Ted Turner's love child or something like that, and wasn't he part of Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah, something like that. No, he bought Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he bought Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, it was TBS Productions and Deke Enterprises from 1990 to 1992. Then 1993, 1994 TBS Productions, 1994, 1996 Hanna-Barbera cartoons, which would have been after he bought Hanna-Barbera. So, let's see. Robot says the set restored from the MeTV Tunes airing. Who knows? Yeah, so with the process, will probably go down in price over time. Yep, but just like Geats, when you start high, it's hard to get it low.
Also, this can't be the complete franchise. First Don Cheadle's Captain Planet.
It also doesn't have the OKKO episode.
Yeah, it's not the complete franchise.
I know, that's why
that episode was so freaking weirdly good. I wasn't expecting it.
The OKKO episode?
It's just like when the OKKO Sonic episode happened, and I was like, why is this so good? I know the show was good, but I was like, why is this so good?
Because the people make it have this have love and nostalgia for those things.
Yep. By the way, guys, I don't live in Australia. I just do that so Amazon doesn't dox me.
You're telling us you're not from the Outback?
I'm not from the Outback, guys. I'm not from Australia.
Well, hey, if you guys didn't know, Japan thinks Austria is another way of like saying you're Australian.
Australia.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is coming out October 15th for those that wish to make their wallets in October explode more. Anybody a fan of Never-Ending Story? I could never get past the title.
No.
Really? I like it.
I like the first one. I was just making the Batman joke.
One.
Do you guys remember the Batman joke from Christmas with the Joker where, like, Robin's like, Bruce, you've never watched It's a Wonderful Life? And Bruce is like, I could never get past the title.
That's the title.
I've seen Never-Ending Story, but Never-Ending Story is getting a 2-disc 4K and 3-disc Blu-ray imprint editions, collector's edition, in a giant storybook with lobby cards and posters and like a ton of stuff. It includes the U.S. theatrical cut as well as the German extended cut and also a documentary, feature-length documentary, and new featurettes and audio commentary. And they're doing one printing of this at this time. Here's the full list of features on Disc 1 and Disc 2.
Is it just the first movie?
It is just the first movie, yeah. There's 5 discs in this thing just for one movie. That's
oh my God.
That's what you call boutique label going crazy.
Series.
Yeah.
When you said Captain Planet, the complete series, I was assuming, oh no, not the other movies.
Oh, yeah.
You mean Never-Ending Story?
What was the Deadpool line? Every time I look at an imprint films release, I go, "Holy shit, girl, you crazy!" Because this is 5 discs for one movie to include every possible thing
Is this the
so.
same company that did the Conan set? No, that was Arrow.
That was
with the
Arrow.
Conan,
This
right?
is the company that did they do Mario?
Oh,
think-
yeah, that's the same
yeah.
company. The Mario movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're insane.
Speaking of Australia, this is an Australian company.
Oh yeah, then yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same company as Mario. Yeah.
So yeah, there you go, guys. That's pretty big. I love when there's these big
Insane.
stupid sets. I'm not gonna buy it personally, but I
Mhm.
think I'll just love that it exists. That's how I.
I know this. Never
Yep.
Story is a great film, and I know is it traumatized a lot of kids growing up.
Yeah, that horse scene. Right?
I've always laughed because like when I watched it, I was like, oh, the horse is dead. Okay.
Wheels, you
anyways.
already said you didn't have a soul. You don't need to sell us on it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I just
No,
I
but
thought it
you'll
was the
cry.
funniest thing.
Yeah, but Wheels, but you cried at Godzilla's death and Godzilla versus Mecha Destroyer.
Mecha Destroyer.
Damn right. You have to. Yeah, you got to cry at that one.
I mean that touches people even without souls, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, Umbrella
Two
did
kindred
Mario. That's
spirits.
right. Thank you, Smith
Okay.
and
Me and
Crow.
Godzilla, two kindred spirits.
Yeah. Umbrella did Mario. This is Imprint. I forget what else Imprint. So a lot of these boutique labels meld in my brain. I'm going to be totally honest.
Sound out. You could say we're children of the atom bomb.
Okay. All right. Next up, Warner Brothers announced some 4Ks. As I usually recommend. You okay? You okay there?
No, Jerry's perfectly timed. Wait a minute. I loved it.
As always, I recommend waiting to see the reviews on 4Ks of classic movies because some of these things can get screwy.
Terminator 2.
Yep. So North by Northwest, Blazing Saddles, and The Terminator all being released in 4K as well as 4K steelbooks. The steelbook cover for Blazing Saddles is like Lisa Simpson looking and seeing the saddle from Blazing Saddles. Because, like, why is it literally just a saddle on fire?
That was one of the posters for the movie, too, if I recall.
I've never seen this one before. It's just...
Hey, what, the movie or the poster?
No, the poster. I've never seen that poster.
Okay, because I was getting really concerned, and I was about to say we're going to watch it right now. I
love Mel Brooks stuff.
I was gonna say I don't care how bad you cringe at the hilarious racism you're watching it.
I know, but that's the best part about it is it's the racism that's used as a commentary about racism. That's what
exactly. It was never condoning it. It was always showing that to
how bad it is.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because screw the Irish.
Mel Brooks. I will watch anything Mel Brooks does, even if it's terrible, like History of the World Part 2.
Listen. That wasn't really terrible. It was just like it's like how people like always view Men in Tights and
History of the World Part 1's a great movie.
Dead and loving it.
History of the World Part 2 was the Hulu sequel TV series that they did like a couple years ago. It was not great, but it was hilarious.
It's literally just fulfilling that prophecy of like when he did Dracula and Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes,
only certain people will like them. Those people?
Absolutely.
Me with the Life Stinks.
Because the thing is, it was like the Spaceballs animated series. It was live action, but it was History of the World Part 2. It was like a variety show. You weren't exactly sure what each segment would do, and a bunch of them would string together serialized. And some of them were hilarious and hysterical, and then others were really kind of weird and off-putting. It was just, I liked watching it because I was just like, what's going to happen next?
Is it one of those like fascinating bad scenario?
Yes, because I will say, like as a whole, I gotta be like the whole thing didn't quite work out. But as a whole, like there's segments of it that I'm like, this is the most brilliant thing I've seen. There was this thing where like Wanda Sykes played like the first black congresswoman in the U.S., but it was done as like a 70s workplace sitcom.
Oh, okay.
That was the kind of stuff they did. And they
my favorite one is
the best part is they ended it with the promise from the first movie of Jews in Space, and they did the ending with Jews in Space, and they had the whole cast from the series, and so Wanda Sykes was there, and they're like, "You're not Jewish," and she's like, "I've been here long enough; it counts." That was the kind of thing that History of the World Part 2 was. It was that Mel Brooks like just skirting the line the whole time. Yeah.
All I know is like one of my favorite gags was the one in the trailer, but seeing it in full was the one where it's supposed to be, I think, what is it, the King James version of the Bible?
Yes.
And they have to like keep editing it to put him over.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. There was some great. Yeah. It was like the whole thing of like they were having like a focus group meeting with Jesus about like, could we portray you white? We think that'd work better with our people. It,
I don't know why. I don't know why. The way you guys described it, it's like it sounds like if like that fake trailer in Kung Pao was like made to a real thing for you.
basically,
Yes.
that's exactly how it was. I cannot
Like when I saw them
yeah.
do the King James Bible one, it made me laugh because me and Jerry always talk about it. How the King James Bible is not the go-to Bible for Christianity; it's just the easiest one to get a hold of.
Yeah.
True.
Yep. Anyways, North by Northwest, one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm excited. I hope it's good because we got these really cool Alfred Hitchcock 4K collections from Universal. Which did I pick up the third one? Did they make the
I
third
think
one?
you did. I think it was in one of your
It was in one of my Blu-ray
your
hauls,
halls.
right? Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
this will go great with that because it's a Hitchcock movie that Universal doesn't own, so we're kind of missing. And we'll see how Terminator goes, considering James Cameron.
James Cameron's history. with
By the
these
way,
things.
guys, if you complain about James Cameron's 4K masters looking like hot wax melting in the sun, he says you're wrong and that you should feel bad about it.
Of course.
Wow, really?
How old is
And-
James Cameron?
He's
I
in
mean,
his
George
80s.
Lucas
Old
will always
enough.
just say, this is how I envisioned it and moved on. But James Cameron was like, people that complain about
George-
the masters are the problem. And it's like,
He's
George
pulling-
Lucas and
he's
James
pulling the
Cameron are like the
principal
two.
Skinner.
Yeah,
It's the children who are wrong.
you know,
exactly.
Yeah, like James Cameron and George Lucas are the two sides of the old men directors. One just wants to relax and like when you ask the stuff you ask him, but he doesn't really like have so much investment. You go like he's just like a chill dude to talk with and stuff. Where James Cameron's like like super like it's my vision, the art
Yep.
must be taken seriously.
And this is why I don't always get along with James Cameron's opinions on things. And I'm like, ugh. I shake my fist at James Cameron a lot. Like, damn you, old man.
How many times they teach this lesson, old man?
Exactly. Like, DNR. You have to control the DNR. You can't let it take you over.
All I know is with North by Northwest getting released, that means
Yes.
all the memes, Jerry. All the memes.
All of them?
All of them.
Yes, every
All of them.
time Simpsons and Family Guy reference this, we're just going to use the GIFs.
Yep. All right, lastly for Blu-ray news, it's not Blu-ray news yet, but on Apple Video, Apple TV, Movies Anywhere, Fandango at Home, Kaleidoscope, a lot of people's digital copies of Planet of the Apes have been now upgraded to a new 4K transfer, which may be an indication that there will be a 4K eventually on disc, which would be great. I checked my digital copy, which I got from the Planet of the Apes 50th anniversary set, and it hasn't upgraded on any of the platforms yet, which makes me sad, because I'd like to see the 4K and see if it's well done. But I don't have any take on it yet, because they haven't upgraded mine yet. So hopefully we will see them progressively update them on 4K, and they're going to be good.
The high definitions of the apes.
Yes, high definition of the apes, the 4K of the apes. And hopefully they'll do all 5 of the movies, including the extended cut of Conquest, because if they don't, I will slap a bitch. And then put out a nice 4K box set. No, the monkeys did nothing wrong.
Okay, they did something wrong.
Okay, they did some things wrong. Look,
they did blow it up.
I said that with the enthusiasm that people say Magneto was right. Like, yes, there's some caveats with that statement. But no, I really hope they do the original cut of Conquest, not just the theatrical, because I've gone down this path before.
Soundout, you just gave me the best quote ever for Magneto. Oh my god. I hate what the Nazis did to me, so I'm gonna be a Nazi. Wait, what? Like, that's literally, someone needs to do a gag like that where he does that and everyone just stops and looks at him like, are you sure about this?
Yeah, that's I think that's supposed, isn't that those what was that? That was, oh God, which storyline was that? It was Fatal Attractions where they called him out on that.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you mean you want to genocide humans by dropping an asteroid on them?
I don't know why. All I can think is what was it in Batman and Captain America crossover with Joker? I may be a sane lunatic, but I'm an American.
I'm an American lunatic. Yeah, because he thought Red Skull's Nazi stuff was just a bit. He didn't know that he was an actual Nazi.
Yeah, he's like, what? You're a real Nazi?
And he immediately was like, crossover off. I'm off your team. Goodbye.
My favorite was we got Dark on to see The Rocketeer recently, and he loved the part where the mafia guy was like, whoa, I'm a mafiosa from Italy, but I don't agree with with Stalin and Hitler.
Yeah.
Nah.
Good times. All right, speaking of mafias, let's talk about Bandai.
When you said that, I thought we were going to talk about Harmony Gold.
I wish.
That too.
No Harmony Gold news this week. Doesn't mean
Harmony
there won't be.
Bandai.
I mean, I have some stories about Harmony Gold.
We will tell them later. All right, high grade Cho Ryujin got announced from King of Braids Gao Gaigar. For context, for those who may not remember, there was a real grade Gao Gaigar and a real grade Goldie Mark released in 1/144th scale. They were, of course, larger than your standard Gundam because the Gao Gaigar robots are, but they won 1/144th. So I had talked about the Soul Chogokin Cho Ryujin, like Buteki mentioned, that I wanted to buy it because I thought it looked great. But now I don't have to. I'm buying a $70 model kit instead. So this will include Horyu and Inryu, who can both system change into their vehicle forms and their robot forms, plus extending crane ladders on both. Plus they can, of course, combine into Cho Ryujin, and they do come with their individual weapons, like their blasters, as well as alternate faceplates for yelling expressions for symmetrical docking and such. And they also point out that there will be replacement parts to make the Cho Ryujin mode more accurate, so there will be some part swapping, which makes sense because
I mean, it's feasible because, like, if you want to make them posable, they have two parts form. You want to make the animation accurate and posable.
Yep.
At the same time.
But this now proves something that I've been saying for years. If he can be a high grade, Sentai Robos could have been a high grade.
And that's where I was going to get to. I was going to say, first of all, I'm glad it's not a real grade, because as Wheels and everybody that's built real grade Gao Gaigar and Ryan as well, oh my god, articulating fingers are a nightmare on that thing. You don't have to deal with that here because it's a high grade. No budget for articulating fingers.
It's not even just the fingers, but those hands are made out of like the cheapest material. You twist it wrong, they break. The hinges break on them.
Yeah, no, the ball joints are so small they don't even stay in the joint.
Mm-hmm. So, that kit is like almost perfect. It wasn't for those hands. Those hands I hate so much.
Exactly.
The other real grades I had never were that bad. Those ones I don't think they molded them right.
I think it was the first time they did the mold for them. And
because the Goldie Mart hand was made out of much thicker material. Like, it didn't feel as fragile. It still has some annoying bits, but still like
I think this is going to be a more fun kit to own. I think.
Yeah, honestly,
and we're definitely getting a Geki Ryujin because it's too easy.
Same mold.
Yeah,
because I own almost all of the Rio grade Super Robot Wars kits.
Mm.
They're all fantastic, and they're all fantastic. Because I
have all the high grade Mazingers, and they're amazing.
Yeah, I feel like they're made out of much sturdy. Because I guess because they don't have much tiny pieces, they feel a lot more sturdier. I really wish they did Galgar in high grade, pretty much.
Yeah,
I wish they did.
It's kind of a thing that I noticed they do. Like, they did the Wing Gundam in real grade, but everybody else is high grade. Like, that's kind of I got the same vibe off this. 6,600 yen coming out in January. It will be released in the U.S. as well, which is awesome.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the high grade J Decker, Jader.
High grade Jader would be fun.
No. The joke is they release him as a master grade or something.
Well, that's the thing is there's a high grade. There's the high grade Zaku. Psycho Zaku Mark. Psycho Gundam Mark II is retail. So I think Jader would
still astonishing. We're getting
it could still be a high grade and still be gigantic because it's 1/144 scale. There is other Gundam announcements, but like most people don't care about Gunpla news when I talk about it in the chat. But I'm just excited that after 5 years of nothing, there's a second master grade for Iron Blooded Orphans with the Vidar.
I know, right? Why it took so long?
Only took 5 years, and they redesigned the frame's shoulders so it has better articulation. So I was like, oh, great, nice. Wonderful, I love it. I'd buy a second Barbatos. I have all these parts for because they did the Barbatos and then they did the Form 1 through 6 part set. And then they just stopped, and I was like, I guess that's done. But now we got the Vidar. So anyways, next up, Figuarts Standard Combinator 01 is our first Ray Wall.
Finally, the Ray was.
Yep. And it looks like...
He looks great.
It looks like he has better range of articulation than the Figuart, which had an issue of design details clashing into each other.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, because like the hips were a problem on the Figuart, and then also the torso couldn't move that much, and... On top of that,
don't forget the weird thing.
He does come with the attaché, and he does come with a progrise key, and he does come with the attaché blade, which the Figuart did not come with because the Figuart.
You had to play build accessories.
Yeah, you had to buy Vulcan to get the attaché sword. So
yeah, we
Don't
talk
forget the
about the
weird
Luffy.
thing about Figuarts. They're actually in 1/12 scale.
They're 6, yeah,
Yes.
they're 6-inch scale, which I actually like a lot more, honestly, for Rider.
they're a little bit bigger, yeah. Which is kind of fun. But anyways, he looks great. This is also, I believe he's January for 4,180 yen.
Thankfully, I don't think the sticker's gonna be too bad on him versus some other Rider kits. Because since Zero One has like 3 colors, I think all the silver bits will probably be stickers, and the belt, of course. But that's about it, really. So that's gonna be nice.
Smith the Crow asked what I thought of Figurize Puru 2. This picture creeps me out, and I don't like it. The swappable torso photo. I'm like, no.
What's the difference? Because I saw that, I didn't know
it's without her undershirt on.
Oh, okay. I was like, I saw like, what's the difference?
I gotta tell you, Puru 2 is a character that gets over-sexualized for being a minor.
Yeah.
She's like 16 months old in the body of a 12-year-old.
Wait. Okay, I was about to say, whoa, hold up there, Soundout.
She was a clone grown in a tube. She is 16 months old in a body of a 12-year-old. And they do some weird stuff approach for her.
Is that like what was the
Marita Cruz was like that in Unicorn, yeah. She was Puru 16.
Where they actually were like, yeah, we like that in her own backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but still, like, it's
the Universal Century is full of people that are
test tube babies everywhere.
Full of questionable people. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like when I saw that, like, because it's not like that. What was the sea girl, the purple magenta hair one? Because I know she comes with a goddamn ultra chest plate with her zipper.
Luna Maria, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, my god.
We're just gonna have this nice little gallery of the VDAR to purge my brain of how. God, it's weird too because it's like official stuff, and I'm like a little bit like, ew.
They know their audience, sadly.
Yeah. Because the thing is, I like a lot of these characters, but like, I don't like them in the way that the people making merchandise like them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Puru 1 is adorable, but then like every Puru merchandise is like sexualized, and I'm like, ugh. It's like
meanwhile, you get the code gas where that's
like cinnamon roll character. What are you doing?
Meanwhile, you get the code gas where no, that's just the characters.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm hyped for the VDAR because you guys didn't know I like Iron Blooded Orphans. Oh, the fans blowing the flag a little bit back there, but anyways.
Raise your flag!
I really love Iron Blooded Orphans, guys. I'm so excited for the VDAR. All right. Actually, it's appropriate because the Wing line is like done, so I'm like, I'm replacing Wing with Master Grade Iron Blooded Orphans. All right.
Good. That's a better line.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Sith the Crow said there is that one pure LOP Puru statue that was actually like not cursed and weird. Bleach is entering the Proplica line, and they're making this sword first, which is
that's Ichiko's
Tensa Zangetsu. Yeah.
Yeah, this is his super form saber, pretty much. Sadly, unfortunate health.
Oh yes, it's
supposed to be a manji, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be what the original thing was supposed to be.
It's just like how they had to change Portuguese Diaz's back tattoo after it debuted in the manga.
Neji, they gave him an X on his forehead.
Yep.
Yeah, and Ace got a cross on his back instead. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we could say that anything else. That's one of my favorite stream moments. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
It's like they got it. Sound says, I can't talk about it. So I think you two get me like the Tetsu. It's like they got him. What do you mean you got them?
Yeah.
I think this is Bandai Proplica's first. No, they did some Dragon Ball. I think it's their first like role play weapon of anime.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do Demon Slayer yet. Honestly,
no, they have done Demon Slayer Proplicas. They have.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, they actually have.
Oh, they done?
They have done Demon Slayer Proplicas. I was gonna go to the page here because there's the price: 19,800 yen. September 3rd. It is getting a U.S. release and an EU release and a Latin America release.
I'm surprised, honestly, because you think customs were like, wait a minute, is that a real weapon?
Yeah.
There.
Also, they had this. Cool
hey, that's a cool statue. It reminds me of Paramorphicon. What happened? And I lost my freaking mind.
Now we're getting like jump / like anime web. What were you guys?
That Netflix special. I got that joke, Wheels.
What were you guys? What weapons from like Shonen or just anime do you want to see Bandai do Propica? Like, which one will you actually buy?
Which one would I actually buy? I gotta think about it. I'm looking. Yeah, they've done Sailor Moon Proplicas. They've done some Demon Slayer swords. I'm saying. They did the Tiger and Bunny Bangles. That kind of sucked. They did the Red Magic book from Zatch Bell. That was kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And so they did those. What would be the Proplica I'd actually buy?
I mean, I would have bought the Millennium Puzzle, but that was a pain in the ass.
I would buy Law's sword, even though it'd be stupidly huge to like own. But Trafalgar Law's sword is like ridiculous, but kind of cool.
Was Millennium Puzzle the Proplica, or was that something else?
No, the puzzle was Memorial Edition. Complete edition. Yeah.
I mean, Zoro's tree swords would be cool.
The problem with Zoro is that you have like his 3 swords, but only the 3rd sword is consistent through all eras. So
yeah.
But I mean, that'd be cool.
I mean, I want Brooks' guitar.
Brooks' guitar would be fun. Brooks' cane sword would be fun for airports.
Where's my Propica? Where's you know what they should do? Propica Puchita.
Propica Puchita. Sabo's pipe.
Cane, yeah, little pipe cane thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know why my brain's stuck on One Piece because Dragon Ball doesn't really have weapons.
Well, I mean, they're just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Bandai. I know Bandai. Yeah, Trunks' a sword.
Yamcha has a sword. Yeah. Gohan had a sword in the anime. Wait. Mm-hmm. Oh wait. Wheels, did that sword ever show up in the manga? The one in the Saint Saga.
Not sure.
When he was out in the wilderness.
Was it Bandai America's releasing the Power Pole as part of like their toy line?
Toy line, yeah. I don't know if I'd buy a Power Pole. I would buy Trunks' sword though. That would be.
I would have bought the Power Pole, but not just for Dragon Ball, but just to have the Neon Pole, like Son Wukong weapon in general.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's anything in Naruto. I mean, Zanzibar's sword would be real cool, but that would be a legitimate weapon at that point.
What about Nami's weather staff?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be kind of neat. Stick. It could have because it can interchange and stuff. Like you can switch.
Well, Frankie's like giant arm got like what about Frankie Hulk
here's
hand?
Frankie's arm.
Frankie's this Hulk hand.
That's the sword I'm talking about, by the way, in stream chat.
Let me pull it up.
Oh yeah, go on. Yeah, a little sword. Yeah, I don't remember that's in the manga.
I think it's only in the filler, but
that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't remember if
that'd be kind of neat because that wouldn't be like stupidly huge, so it wouldn't be as expensive.
Didn't we get the Gal Gaigar Brace as Proplica?
Yes.
Yeah, that came a while ago. Yeah.
Actually, wait. Yeah. Am I? No, I'm in Japan region. Yeah, I thought that was Proplica. It's not on the Proplica page. Oh, that was only page 1, guys. I forgot. There's 4 pages of Proplica. I was like, that's all the Proplica. No, they've made. Oh my god, they've made a lot of Demon Slayer swords.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Dragon Radar. That's right. I bought the Dragon Radar.
I liked the Proplica Pac-Man. It's just Pac-Man.
Yeah. Oh, there was the dual disc they made.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
Where's Can I get a dual runner?
That you say
guys
that
buy a motorcycle from Bandai.
You say that all I can think of is wasn't that an April Fool's gag of Bandai with the Azavajin? Could we such Azavajin or something like that?
Also, I can't find the Proplica Gal Gaigar now. Maybe it was another line.
That's a good. I don't know what makes one thing. I guess because Proplica is meant to be more of a prop than a toy, versus like Memorial stuff, which is still a toy for adult collectors.
They never released the Proplica Gaigar Gauntlet.
Was that canceled?
I remember them showing it, but it's not on the Tamashii site.
Was that either canceled or was that never meant to be a real product scenario?
I mean, it may have been meant to be a real product and they didn't. Because look, I'm looking at the list and like that was in the last couple of years because it was at Narakiri World. Wait, it was at Narakiri World. That's not a Bandai Tamashii event. That's a Bandai toy event. Hold on. Gao Gaigar Gauntlet. What is it called? Do you guys know what the gauntlet's called?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't think they ever. I think it's one of those things they never say in show. I think it's like only in like side material stuff. They say what it is.
Yeah. I don't. Okay, here it is. Here it is. It did come out. It did come out. It was a complete edition. That's what it was.
What's the difference? Complete edition, complete select Bandai.
Complete edition is made by the Bandai toy department.
Okay, because it does look. Yeah, it does look a lot more.
269 sold out.
Yeah,
it does look a bit toy-y, I guess. That's why.
This was the same line as the Millennium items. The Millennium items are complete edition. The Metal Hero stuff is complete edition. It's like Memorial Edition is Sentai. Complete Selection Modification is Kamen Rider. Complete Selection Animation is Digimon. And then Complete Edition is everything else.
He doesn't even make one line because they're all literally the same thing.
I know, they're all the same thing, yeah.
I hate it.
So I think that... So yeah, it was complete. It seemed like Proplica, but Proplica is made by Tamashii Nations. Complete Edition is made by the Bandai toy department. And I don't know why those are different things, but... Alright. Next up, speaking of Complete Selection Modification, the Orga driver is finally existing. This is coming out next year. This segment brought to you by Spin Dash. Releasing in March for 49,500 yen, just in case your wallets weren't crying already. The CSM Phage driver version 2 is the basis. The belt and side buckle are upgraded. The Orga Stantlizer is going to be in dagger mode, included as a holster on the hip, because they're not going to include his big-ass sword. It's too big. Wireless connectivity, 4 BGMs can be played from the phone. So, of course, there you get phone, belt, memory, plus the storage and the dagger form of the weapon. So it does that. But, yeah, there you go. That's the Orga driver. Finally got made. I wonder if I don't know if they did Saiga before, but they're going to make Saiga with his jetpack that actually works, right? Just kidding, they're not. There's that. All right. We talked about Ultraman Arc Galaxy armor in the context of shows earlier. Now we have the toys. So the Arc Galaxy, or the Arc Galaxer, is
Welcome back, Orb Trinity Slugger.
Yeah. You can load 3 cubes in it and you shake it and stuff happens. Yeah. Not really the most exciting toy, I'm going to be honest.
Again, it's literally just the Orb Trinity Slugger. Just repurposed, pretty much.
Okay, thanks, Hellfire. Yeah, they already made Saiga. 6,160 yen coming out in October 19th. There also is the Galaxy Armor Cube, which is getting sold on its own, so you don't have to buy the weapon to get the Galaxy Armor Cube, which is nice. That's, of course, 1,650 yen, release date October 19th. Other stuff going alongside it, you can get the cube with the weapon in a set. Ultra Hero Series 100 Ultraman Arc Galaxy Armor, as well as Zadim, one of the kaiju. And then if you are collecting the collecting the armor figures...
The Ultra Action figure line.
The Ultra Action figure line, the Galaxy Armor, its weapon, plus the little, like, barrier he made that he slapped a kaiju with, will be included with a figure of Rituan, who is the base of Arc. And
that's a cool. I like they're doing like a clear Rutan as a nice repaint.
And then the armor part splits apart. You can put it on your Arc figure, but it also means that you have a nice figure of him, so you can pose it. But I don't think you can attach the armor to him. I think he's missing the necessary ports, but I don't know for sure. I don't.
No, they don't use ports. They just clip on.
Okay. So you could have them. This kind of works as an all-in-one package if you wanted to just get this one for Galaxy Armor.
I do love he comes with a barrier because it's just become a main weapon.
It does just look like a plastic sheet. It's not like it's anything fancy.
Yeah, it's a slat. Slat. What's the Simpsons cast the Carbon rod or something like that? Pretty much that, but just giant sheet. If only they come with a split in half version.
That would be cool. All right, and then for some reason, this isn't on the other page full of announcements, but it's an Arc Cube holder with the Ultraman Blazar Cube. This holds 6 cubes, which I almost feel like we have 4 cubes in the show, and so it shows putting 2 like Legend Ultra cubes. Are we going to have 2 more forms? They also.
I don't think so. Maybe
one
a
more.
movie. Maybe a movie, but they haven't been doing movie forms for a long while now, so I doubt it.
Also, apparently, you can stack them on top of each other and hold 12 on one. So
that's I'm getting Pandora's box flashbacks.
Yeah, 3850 yen coming out October 19th. All right, the big Sentai news. There was actually a toy show, and usually Sentai doesn't have news there anymore. They used to. This year's big news was DX Robo Universe. Welcome back, Zord Builder.
Zord Builder died. Died 2018 and came back 2024.
Weird thing. We've been saying welcome back a lot because concepts just seem to be coming back. This is going to be a new deluxe Robo line that's sort of more basic, but kind of a way to get new toys. Welcome back, Joint Gatai as well. Yeah, that's a good point, Hellfire.
It's that Mugenbein line. Yeah,
they released a commercial where they have an entire song that's sung about it.
Yeah, because isn't this using the same skeleton as the Boom Violet
Bune
mech,
Robo,
right?
Bundi. He has the same skeleton. So take a look at this. So here's Ingeno, which you can see as parts laid on top of an internal skeleton, which allows for some articulation, but allows for a uniform system that allows you to mix and match between the mecha. So our first 3 releases will be Ingeno, of course, because Ingeno appeared in Boom Boomger this year.
That poor BRV. It's so misproportionate.
Yes, it's because of the frame.
Yeah.
Hellfire, that's a good point. This feels more long-term than whatever the Kyoryuger line was. Yeah, this feels more long-term than the full action line, which was kind of like really just a one-off thing for Kyoryuger.
Well, yeah, because this is universal. Like I feel like with the problem with the full action lines, they had to make a new toy for the mech in general.
And that gets expensive fast, and you can only do it for like Kyoryuger, which is popular enough to justify it.
Yeah, so this is much more, it's a skeleton. Yeah, you can literally build off everything with it.
So they do split apart, which is nice. So you can see it does split up into Speedor, Bearv, and Basan.
A very melted version of them. I'll say that.
But they combine together, and they retails for 5,280 yen. It's about $35.
Again, welcome back, Zord Builder.
You can do worse. I think this actually is not that bad of an idea.
I mean, again, as a side toy line, I mean, it's good to see, because I feel like the problem
don't be sitting here waiting for all of G12 to be built, though.
Yeah, because I feel like as a lay band, I've been too focusing on the collector market. So I'm glad that you're just making something for kids again.
I also hope this lasts long because almost every Sentai Mecha sideline comes and goes really quickly. So let's see. All right, that's October's release. In November, we'll be getting Tokuo. I feel like this is actually a visual improvement over the deluxe one.
It's the is it the arms? Is it the arms?
Yeah. So it does split into the 5 trains. It's a lot less painted, but connecting them all together, they kind of combine in interesting ways. But you put it together, I think the arms are better because the problem with Tokuo Deluxe was the arms were just so rectangular.
Rectangles.
There was nothing to break it up.
The legs are also big because they're not they don't look as square because it's more based on the suit than the DX toy.
Right.
For example.
And then Go-Kaio, welcome back Retro Fire Megazord.
Megazord, it does have very those retro. It's the proportion in the black legs.
Yeah, it's the black. It's the lack of paint somewhat there, and also like the proportions are weird. Because that's not how the suit looks. It does look like the Retro Fire Megazord.
I mean, as someone who's actually a big fan of the Retro Fire line, because I like seeing these blocky mechs in super stylizations. I like it, though it does look... I noticed like a lot of these mechs look like they haven't eaten anything in a while, so they look kind of malnourished.
I do think this is I think Go-Kaio is my least favorite of the 3. I think Tokuo looks the best out of the 3.
Yeah.
I think Ingeno's about right in the middle. I'm excited to see what else they do. Can you please, Bandai, for the love of God, make some Showa mecha? Just one. Just throw out one Showa mech that you think looks good.
Especially when this skeleton system's easy to do.
Yeah, exactly. The cost is lower. Just throw out one Showa mecha and see if it sells. I will buy it day one.
I mean, Live Robo fits, I think,
Live Robo would be perfect. Yeah, I'm not just saying that because Live Man's my favorite Sentai. I'm like, Live Robo would be a good, easy sell, I think. Great 5 for how rare and broken that toy is. It would sell. It would sell. Hellfire says in the promo image, if you scroll up, it teases Shinkano. Where does it tease? Oh, Shinkano's right there in the silhouette next to Go-Kaio.
Where is? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Shinkano. These Go-Kaio does split apart, by the way. They just didn't show it in the promo images. Here was the display where you can kind of see a breakdown of parts. which is really cool. You can see like how.
Well, that's I do wonder. It's specifically because I didn't really market this as a Sentai brand thing.
It is just called DX Robo Universe. Yeah.
Yeah, you think we're gonna get the other like Bandai collabs with
I think if it sells well,
system?
Kind of like the way the Vital Bracelet was just a Digimon thing, and then it sold well, so they're like, okay, Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, Kamen Rider.
Yeah. Gokaiyo does
one of
split into
those.
its individual components, for sure. There's just no pictures of it. I think it was in the promo video.
Oh god, I already see some abominations already.
Yep,
in
they
this,
had some of the abominations on display. So, we're gonna keep an eye on this one. I think there's some cool stuff involved. You guys ready for Figuarts? I'm excited about Figuarts this week. There's a whole one figure I want out of 5. Just kidding. It's not that bleak. I might actually buy another one. But yeah, Hellfire says Bunmach was basically the beta testing. I think they were like, they're like, okay, here's a mecha that's just gonna stand. That doesn't have to like do anything weird. Let's just see if we can build the system to be interchangeable. So, all right, Figuarts time, guys. SH Figuarts, Kamen Rider Fire Gotchard Daybreak Steam Hopper. What is that? Let's talk. It's Gotchard Fire Daybreak, which is the first time we saw Gotchard Fire. He looked like this with the cape and the igniter. Then you can take the cape off and put on a scarf, so it can be regular Gotchard Daybreak without the igniter.
See what I had.
Yep, and then he also comes with the 2 weapons, I believe, and there he is next to Steam Hopper Gotchard. They're color inverses of each other. And there's a really cool shot of him with the fire.
2.
And the coolest part is they recreated the second ARC poster with the Figuarts. And they, for once, Bandai actually finished a set of Figuarts.
I know.
Wow.
I mean that's the plus of having less writers.
Yes, big benefit. Let me double check that he does come with the 2 weapons, because they've done that before. They put them in the promo images. Gotchard Tornado is included as accessory. Also exchangeable hand parts to equip Gotchard Steam Hopper with Gotchard Gun. So does it not come with main body, hand left and right, cape parts, igniter, tornado? Okay, he does not come with the gun. He just comes with the sword arrow. So the gun is from Gotchard Steam Hopper, but he does come with the sword, the Gotchard Tornado. So also, yes, that's right. Zeltrax mentioned Soft Goods Cape. We will talk about how I wish that was a universal thing with Figuarts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, Peter B. Parker with Mayday from Across the Spider-Verse in Figuarts. With a soft goods robe, so that the way the figure can articulate well.
Look at him. Look at this proud father.
Look at this proud father and his child. He should not be carrying around into fights like that, but, look at that. It's cute. More information on that forthcoming. The My Hero Academia line is getting a option part set, which I think we already talked about last week. That's happening.
There's listings for it before, so this looks great.
Yep.
Those real effects they come with here.
I like that they come with comic book onomatopoeia PFX.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, and it has Deku's weird finger thing.
Yeah, it's a finger flick. What he does in series, which I'm surprised that's a very important thing for the character to do. So I'm surprised that's not included in the base set. But at least we're getting it.
At least we're getting it, and also it's like if you're not going to buy Bakugo, they're going to sell you on a part set, and then be like, well, now you have these effects for Bakugo. You got to buy Bakugo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's the whole idea.
I'm really glad Bandai's been doing these effects sets.
I prefer these effects sets to here's another face stuck with a figure.
Yeah, no, these are much better than DLC. Yeah, because these at least at least this kind of DLC doesn't feel like you're not paying too much compared to a figure, whole figure.
Next up, from the One Piece line, Sabo, Revolutionary Army Chief of Staff. I was reading the debut chapter of Adult Sabo when this figure got announced.
So you can finally read the anime hero figures?
Yes. Also, this is another character that doubles up with anime heroes, but not in the same look, because the anime hero Sabo is in his early Dressrosa look, the one with the black coat that I actually kind of like more. This is the Revolutionary Chief one, which is from later. So it's interesting, because we talk about like the way that Dragon Ball line, like they made Super Android 17 in Figuarts, but they made
Baby
Omega
Shenron
and Baby in Anime Heroes. It's kind of or Dragon Stars. Thank you. Speaking of Bandai and name lines, like Dragon Stars Anime Heroes are the same damn thing. But anyways, this is going to be your highly articulated Sabo. Now, they do have an unhatted head, hatless head. He does come with, of course, his pipe. He's pretty damn articulated. But you may notice that thing dragging on the back of his neck, the jacket.
The trench coat, yeah.
It's just like Trafalgar Law and Eustace Kid, who had the same exact thing, where they had this giant plastic jacket on the back of their necks. He also does come with this crying face of Luffy, which makes me happy because I just read that chapter where that happens. And so you can see, though, unlike Trafalgar Law, where a lot of people were like, just cut that jacket off, it's weighing the whole figure down, the jacket is automatically removable. You can take it off his back.
Which is much better.
So they're learning. Better. However, I would have liked just a soft goods jacket. I know
it has to be a budget. It has to be a
from
budget.
From what I looked at, he does not wear it like a normal jacket. He just wears it on his shoulders.
As a cape, pretty
much.
As
a cape. But the problem with it being plastic is it's throwing the weight all the way off. It's why I don't want the Law Figuart, because of the weight problem. So we're almost there with Figuarts. We're getting real close to, like, and hey, at least he's 7,700 yen, so he's not like 9,900 yen like Ace was, where Ace came with a soft goods robe for Alabasta.
Well, I mean, Ace came with a lot of accessories.
And Ace is also P Bandai in Japan.
Yeah.
And he does come with a ton more stuff. This is a lower budget figure, but they did put this little photo of the three brothers. It's just funny how it's early Luffy, early Ace, and then Sabo from late
Sabo.
Yeah. And then here's another shot of him with the fire effects he doesn't come with, just added in photography. This is coming in January. Yeah, that's the thing too, is when they made Ace, they really decked him out with just like everything.
Because that was a designer figure, right? From what I was saying,
yeah,
right?
it was some weird thing. Like they did. Let me go back to the Ace page. This Bandai was spoiling the stream. When they did Ace, Ace was a design competition within Bandai. The Figuarts designers all submitted a design for the Ace figure, and then they picked the winner and then made it. Where is he at? Here he is. So here's Ace, right? And not just to be comparing Luffy's brothers here, like it matters, but look, one's cooler than the other, and it's Ace. Anyways, Ace came with all these fire effects, all these hat options, all these face options, and the soft goods robe. Like, he was so decked out. But the thing with this was he was a P Bandai exclusive in Japan. So, but the fun part is he's in January, and so is Sabo. Sabo's also in January, so you can kind of like complete
the two brothers.
Yeah. The other part too is interesting, is because the other cloth goods in One Piece is Shanks, who's also P Bandai in Japan, and he's 10,000 yen because he comes with a little Luffy. So I'm curious to see when the retail One Piece Figuarts get cloth, or if it's only going to be the exclusives, because I was like, oh, well, they did Itachi in Pain with cloth robes, and then I remembered Itachi in Pain. No, Itachi's retail, Pain's P Bandai, but then they're both retail here. So so Naruto has one figure with cloth goods with Itachi, but I'm wondering if it is, like you said, a budget thing. So, anyways, just something I want to talk about. I don't know if I'm going to buy Figuarts Sabo. I might. I'm trying to avoid jumping into the entire One Piece Figuarts line because the early ones suck.
Yeah.
And I heard Law is good. I watched a review. Law's good, but the cape is a problem because it's so heavy. Like, it doesn't give him much to work with because it's just dragging him down. So if it was removable the way that Sabo's is, that would have been nice. But they're learning, so we shall see. Also, it's not my favorite Law look. I want the Dressrosa like hoodie look. I think that'd be cool, and they should make it. Was that the one
Was that the one Anime Heroes is based off of?
Anime Heroes did the before Dressrosa. It's Anime Heroes picked the worst look. I think. I don't know if he goes back to it later. Basically, they leave Punk Hazard. He takes off the big, full trench coat, and then he puts on the small sweater as they leave Punk Hazard. Then they get to Dressrosa, and then he's like, you know what? I don't need to wear a shirt. I'm just going to wear this hoodie. and so he's wearing the hoodie. And I don't know if he goes back to the small sweater, because that means the anime heroes pick the look he had for just like a brief time between arcs. So, and then this is of course the Wano stuff. So, we shall see. But anyways, next up, the next Yu Yu Hakusho Figuart. Kaus, what was your bingo card pick for the next Hakusho? Like Hiei or Kurama or Kuwabara, right?
I think Kaus had to do something.
Kaus had to do something. It's 100% younger Toguro.
Isn't this the main? I haven't seen all of you guys.
He's the main villain of the Dark Tournament.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised they did him next, because he's kind of like the usual, like your rival character.
Yeah, it was just surprising that because Yusuke's going to come out in a couple weeks, and they were like, "Here's the next one." I just expect them to do the main four because they weren't doing a fast line, right? But no, it's cool. We got somebody.
I mean,
fight.
Hey, it's nice. Yeah, I mean, it's nice because that's kind of the thing. The problem with Figuarts is they not do a lot of villains, so like it's kind of nice if I have characters for the heroes to fight finally scenario.
Yeah. I will look this up, and when Kaus comes back, we will come back and talk about that briefly.
I'm just glad that you actually got a new figure art versus other lines.
I'm glad there's more than one figure for sure. I'm gonna get Toguro. I'm not gonna not get Toguro.
Because I saw a good video talk about a video talk about like the Undead Lucky figure arts, where it does feel like sadly a lot of these other figure art lines is like because I'm pretty sure Time Machine works with, there's a Dragon Ball team, there's a Naruto team, there's such like that. I think a lot of these other franchises that Bandai doing, they don't have teams, they're just kind of one-off figures with probably not given as the biggest budgets compared to like the big ones. So like if it's costing okay, so let's see which ones does well, which is really annoying. I understand why they do it, but still. So as I said, I thought I was glad
Sandland at least had the original three. Yeah. I would have liked On, but I don't know if they sold well or if Bandai cares. But at least we got three. They got the main three from the original manga, at least.
And mind you, that's only because Thief was just a statue, practically.
Yep. But it did work out. At least they got him out.
Kaus, you're back.
Is he back?
I think his mic's on mute. There, Kaus.
What do you think of Toguro?
Oh, the live action one though?
No, the figure art.
The figure art.
Let me see.
Have you not seen it?
Let me look at him.
Put him on the stream as well. We don't have full pictures. We just have this one that they're like, he's coming.
The promo.
Oh, okay. That looks amazing. That's his 100% form.
Yeah. I just didn't expect him to be the second release. I think that's the shocking thing to me, right, Kaus?
Yeah.
I'm just hoping he has a lot.
I mean, then again, he's like Cell to Yu Yu Hakusho. Like he's like super duper like Cell or Frieza level terms.
I hope he has a lot of range because he's a very bulky character. So I'm hoping he has a lot of range to see with those giant shoulder pads.
He does look like he has the shoulder pads look like they float because he's got big ass butterflies. So that should be nice. This matches the Yusuke we got, right, Kaus, or is the Yusuke from a different arc?
No, the Yusuke is from
Dark Tournament. Yeah, because he has the yellow shirt.
Yeah, I remember the Yusuke figure. Yeah, it's the same arc.
Okay, so they're doing like they do with One Piece, where they're doing most of the stuff from.
I'm glad because
and then now they're doing.
I'm glad. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's like how like when My Hero they're doing the final war arc.
It's not like Dragon Ball where they're bouncing all over the place whenever they want to. Like they're building out like the Frieza saga, but then like they're like, and now we're doing Androids, and they're now doing Frieza, and we're not doing Boo. Like
I still can't believe we don't have a figure out of Videl yet.
Yeah, it's insane. Like it's insane, right? Like
we have Pan.
Bandai exists, guys. Like they don't have to worry about her not selling.
Oh yeah, like seriously.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to move on to the rest of the toy news?
Yep.
Okay. Boom. Marvel Legends. One piece of news. The Marvel Unlimited promotional kit, or the Marvel Unlimited premium kit, will have a Marvel Legends Night Spider included, which is a Moon Knight Spider-Man hybrid I didn't know existed until this figure was announced.
Oh, no, you don't remember those costumes in Insomniac Spider-Man?
I don't know. They have comic art on the thing here, and I don't remember this from the Insomniac game.
Well, because there was I think Miles specifically had like a Moon Knight looking costume in
Yeah, but this is
Spider-Man
Peter.
2. Yeah.
So I don't remember this being a thing, but I guess it is.
Probably a variant cover look,
Yeah.
probably.
The thing is that they're going to include, so you get 2 comics, a Wolverine Revenge #1 Alessandro Capuccio variant comic, a Wolverine meme homage cover. Sorry, not a comic. It's a Wolverine meme homage by Annie Wu. It's a lithograph of like Wade and Deadpool. A Helverine by Scotty Youngpin. Oh, this was aimed right at me. And a snicked patch for the sound of Wolverine's claws in a nice Wolverine box.
I misread that snicked earlier.
Yes.
I thought it said shirt, and I'm like, what about a shirt?
Shirt patch? Yeah.
I can't unsee it because someone, a YouTuber I follow, said this, but I can't look at Logan's mask without seeing 2 Batmen staring at each other.
Yes.
Sideways.
That's the easy way to draw Wolverine's mask. I think, looking at this package, it's very clear to me that Night Spider was already planned because it's toy production, and then last minute they're like, it's the year of X-Men, throw all the Wolverine stuff in. Because the only thing in this package that's not Wolverine is the Spider-Man figure.
You know the pizza guy meme where he comes in, the house is on fire. I like that. It's like it's like Night Spider going in. Think it's gonna be a Spider-Man theme or Moon Knight theme set in like all Deadpools and Wolverines.
Yeah, it definitely feel like we should have got a Wolverine figure, but I think it's just because they have to have Hasbro has to produce all these figures, give them to Marvel Unlimited, so that Marvel Unlimited can spend the next year mailing them out to people as their subscriptions renew. Like they had to be done way in advance. I don't think they had all this planned. Like comic covers, you just go print a comic, you know? Like it's not a toy, it's not a full figure. So for those wanting this, in order to get this package, you have to sign up for Marvel Unlimited for the annual Plus package, which is usually $100 a year. I always tell people if it's your first time signing up, they have a deal it's almost always during Black Friday or after Christmas. They will do a deal where you can get it for $69 for the first year. You just can't use that deal multiple times. You have to renew at $100 from there on out. That gives you access to Marvel Unlimited, which has all pretty much their entire digital comics library, and for a whole year. Plus, you get all the good bonuses. If you sign up for the annual, which is $69 right now, the annual will only get you 1 year access to Marvel Unlimited. Annual Plus will get you the cool physical goodies. And they usually ship 4 or so weeks after you buy the subscription or renew. So I'll get my copy of this in January. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't know if they've switched over yet to this, so if you want Night Spider, wait till the site shows you this picture and says this is what you're getting. Because you may end up with Red Nova, who is a figure I wish I could unown. It's not good, and I don't know what to do with it. Anyways, next up, Super 7 news. Hasbro didn't want to give a crap about Power Rangers on Power Rangers Day, which, hey, it's fair. They iced the franchise. We don't expect anything from them, right, guys?
This is like they iced like Mariah Carey, and soon it'll be unfrozen.
Exactly. Super 7, though, exclusively on Hasbro Pulse, you can pre-order Jason, Kimberly, Tommy, Trini, Zach, Tommy, and Billy, the 7 Mighty Morphin Rangers in color schemes, metallic paint, and accessory loadouts that are meant to homage the 8-inch figures, even though I don't know if the White Ranger Tommy was ever in a box like this, but hey, it's cool. Yeah, Tommy Talks is still going. I think it was packed with the Tiger Zord. Same with the Green Ranger.
Tiger Zord, yeah.
And Green Ranger came in Dragon Zord, and White Ranger came in Tiger Zord. Anyways, these are pretty cool. These are using the molds for the Ultimates, so these are your 7-inch scale. And the nice part is if you ever wanted to handle a Super 7 Ultimate Ranger, but didn't want to spend the $55, these are $35. So
that's honestly, I wish Super 7 figures cost that much.
Yeah, the downside is they only come with 2 accessories each. Super 7 Ultimates usually come with a ton of stuff, but these just come with Power Blaster and then Weapon. And the weapons are the molds that look like the toys, which are from the which were included in the Ultimates. So it's not any new molds for them, but no extra hands, no extra heads, just straight toy. And yes, Tommy does have the White Ranger, or the white holster, because that's what the original toy had. So
that's accurate to the toy. Yep, that's accurate to the toy.
But yeah, these are up for pre-order. When are these coming out? I'm tempted to buy one. I might.
I'm hoping
November 1st.
I'm hoping both Tommies have. I'm hoping both Tommies have the wrong logos Bandai gave them during the original toy line. The not Godzilla, and the weird cat power coin thing.
They might have those under the shields. I don't know if the shields come off though, because they did on the original Bandai toys. Because the shields were removable, but I don't think the shields are removable here. I don't know for sure.
Well, it was the weird about White is he never like the White Ranger figures. When you take the shield, it's just blank. But then I think Saba came with a weird Tiger Zord coin, but it wasn't like the Kiba.
It came with the Tiger Zord with the White Ranger.
But it wasn't the Kiba Ranger logo. So weird feral cat.
Yeah, it was actually the logo inside the Lili Jewel to summon one tiger from Die Ranger.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what that logo was.
That's what it came from. I think it was the Lili Jewel.
And then we got the not Godzilla for green.
Yep. That they just made up. All right. Also on Power Rangers Day, up on Super 7's website and other retailers that carry Super 7 stuff, Lord Draken is joining Power Rangers Ultimates, and for the first time, and I mean the first time, a headless Saba is included.
Yep.
There was Draken Evo 3, which Hasbro made, that had a removable head on a Saba, but this is an actual broken Saba with the head missing.
Yeah, because I think the Evo 3 just had a giant peg if you remove the head.
You could remove the head. The Hasbro Lord Draken, the regular release one, he didn't have the Saba at all. We finally got a Saba with a broken head.
So. Actually, honestly, this is the best looking Draken figure. Honestly, I like the proportions.
The proportions of the shield I think are nice. It's big. It's a really big shield, and they really capture.
Yeah, because I feel because the Legacy figure had the Legacy Wars muscle man body. Mm-hmm. The lightning always looked weird. I feel like the shield was too small.
Yeah, the shield was too small, and the helmet was off.
Yeah, so I think this one really captures both the artwork and the suit from the short film.
And also, the Red Ranger helmet he comes with is a crushed one, as we saw in most of the covers of Draken crushing helmets. And I he's got two unmasked. I probably will pick this one up because, like you said, it is the nicest looking Draken I think we've gotten.
Also, guys, okay. So here's the funny part, right? We have the Legacy one, right?
Yeah.
That was, probably the better. Let's go with retail. Let's go with just basic retail.
Well, the Legacy one wasn't retail.
That was Powercon exclusive.
Okay. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, let's
just go with Draken in general, because
yeah. Okay, so first Draken, right, which is the same mold as this. Legacy one got the torso plate right. The Lightning one probably slimmed it down for articulation, but as we all know, neither comes with the headless Saba. This one though is probably your best one in to scale with I'm gonna say this right now. Even though it's a 7/8 inch figure, this is your one that you would want to do for just stupid ass Zord battles. Because this one will fit with dumb stuff, And
I think I was looking at it too. The thicker proportions on him look more like when JDF played the character in the short.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, the comic art where they they don't have the comic art and such.
He was always a bit beefier than just the normal Ranger build, so that's why I think this is really cool.
I think honestly, even though you said
it'll have sturdier joints.
Yeah, even though he's a 7-inch scale, I think he can work well with your Lightning. Because I don't know, I think Draken should be a bit taller to have that more menacing look.
Yeah,
if you do some really cool toy photography, you look really cool, being opposing versus your other
hypothetically. Sound out. Wouldn't I know the departments didn't work well together or weren't allowed to work together. Yeah. Wouldn't Draken have been bettered off of that? What was that body mold that they made? The new one, the Orion body or something. What was it called? Buck, not the cat Buck.
Are we talking to be Lightning or Marvel?
No, I'm talking about Marvel Legends. If had Hasbro been allowed to share molds together. What's that current Vulcan. Buck they're using that we like?
Vulcan.
The Vulcan Buck would have been better for the basis for
Draken or Lightning.
A Lightning collection Draken would have been better on something built like the Vulcan body.
Yeah,
because he would have been a bit thicker and taller.
This is the thing I don't understand either. I get it's some kind of licensing issue, but I feel like if you're making 1/12 scale figures, Hasbro should be allowed to share some of those, because it's still their company. They should still be allowed.
When we talk about that, the only time I've ever seen molds get shared between brands was when Mattel did it with DC and Masters of the Universe, but they had to say those were recast molds to be used for DC. They just had the same sculpt. And then McFarlane has reused lightning effects, but he doesn't care about rules. So
I think it's a factory thing, because I think the reason why they don't do it is because they don't want the factories to be mixed up, because I think, because like imagine the molds are like specifically Marvel mold or Power Ranger mold, and you don't want the two to mix up because you don't want to have some weird thing to happen to the factory, or
like suddenly there's a Captain America head on your Red Ranger body.
Or like for people who are not, or for the factory workers who are not familiar with the franchises, they you don't want to have any confusions on them.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. But I feel like there should be allowed to at least have some design and base molding between the two.
I think what they could do is something like what they did with the Dark Knight figures, the Dark Knight Returns figures for DC Classics, where they were sculpted. They took the Masters of the Universe sculpt as a basis, and then took it and then tweaked it to fit DC,
yeah.
But like use that. But
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
they
should be allowed
like that. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. They should be allowed to share each other's assets,
like share the ideas,
better their molds.
Yeah,
I feel like because I feel like that could have helped. Because the thing is, it's all one company. Hasbro figures could be very wildly differently from, because you got G.I. Joe doing like ball jointed.
Also, the scale. G.I. Joe, Lightning, Star Wars, and Marvel are all different scales. They're all a little bit.
Yeah, essentially Star Wars is the shortest, right?
Yeah, Star Wars is the shortest, and Marvel's the tallest, and then G.I. Joe and Lightning fit between there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get a move on. This figure looks great though. I'm actually excited for him.
And I called it at the convention.
Falcon Stack said Hasbro couldn't get PR teams to have consistent details. No way they could have coordinated base bodies from another team. Yeah, that's the problem. Is the Power Rangers team at Hasbro were trying their best, but all of them were pulling double or triple duty on other brands. Nobody was just Power Rangers only, and I think that was part of the issue. And that's all up to Hasbro management sucking ass.
This could be its own topic for, honestly, a video of the whole Hasbro, how Hasbro gone with the brand. But I think the biggest fault of Hasbro Power Ranger is just so many people, the company pulling so many people in and out of the PR team, that honestly, it's honestly a miracle that the toys are pretty. Again, we have our complaints, but I still say the Lightning Collection was a fine toy line. To be honest,
especially considering all the behind the scenes stuff, that line should have been like completely terrible, but it was actually pretty solid. What killed it was the QC issues, and I think that was just where I think it's what caused the sales to drop off, and I think it's what caused the line to end. Was that that massive wave of QC problems was just a bad.
Yeah, I literally don't think Hasbro was we're gonna sabotage Power Rangers inside. No, it's like we had to focus on the brand, our bigger brands first, and that's taking the team. I think that's really the end of the day. Is they? It's
like I always say, they didn't just take out Power Rangers. They took out Indiana Jones. They took out Fortnite. They took out starting lineup.
Dungeons
and Dragons. They took out Dungeons and Dragons 6-inch line. Power Rangers was not the only line that ended last year. It was like they wiped out everything, and we're down to just the big brands now because they're recouping because they lost a bunch of money. And I also think that Power Rangers lost some money because while there was probably more than average returns on product, and those products that got returned to Hasbro for credit, and they had to keep paying out stores. And that adds up. And they had like 3 waves of those QC issues, and that was too much. And part of that is factory, part of that is COVID not allowing them to oversee anything at the factory, and part of that is Hasbro management not giving Power Rangers a dedicated team. So, all right. In other Super 7 news, Silverhawks Wave 6 has been announced. It is toy versions of Windhammer, Steel Will, Bluegrass, and Molecular. Molecular doesn't even look different, to be honest.
Speaking of lines that I'm surprised they're continuing, because I'm not saying Silverhawks is not popular with the boomer crowd, but it's not surprising.
Brian Flynn did say that the Silverhawks toy versions underperformed. They thought for all the chatter about them online, they would have done better, and they didn't. And that I think he said, we're only going to do the main characters. We're not going to do everything in toy versions. We're just going to get the main
I'm just going to say this right now. Go back and rewatch our interview with Kyle Wodiga.
Yeah.
And look for the part where I clowned on those butthurt guys who said we want the vacuum metal frickin' Silverhawks. Go back. I saw the future.
And those same guys that were yelling about we have to get the vacuum metal the vacuum metal Silverhawks. Those same guys got them in hand and said, why are they so fragile? Why is the chrome chipping off? Why can't I just pose this like a normal figure? Because there was a reason they didn't make them vac metal in the first place. It is incredibly difficult to pull this off on an articulated figure with multiple parts like this. And they didn't do it to start for a reason, but they worked into it because people were yelling so loud about it. And that you have to handle them like they're fragile pieces of art, because they are. Vac metal is hard to do, especially when you have joints moving on top of joints. If you want it to look clean, it's going to be that way, and you have to take care of your figure. You can't just pose like it's a normal toy, because it's not. That's my TED Talk. Moving on. I got off my soapbox. Talking about the guy who never follows rules, Todd McFarlane and McFarlane Toys. We have another DC Direct reissue of figures released by old DC Direct. This is a Girls' Night Out 3-pack of Supergirl, Live Wire, and Poison Ivy. This is
thankfully, no rebuys required. This one.
Yes. When DC Direct did this pack, they also included Batgirl and Harley Quinn, which were double dipping. And this also adds a lightning effect for Live Wire, which the original pack didn't
That's really
have.
cool.
So that's pretty neat. And $60, so no real upcharge. It's an Amazon.
This is Amazon. I've been meaning to pick up these new Adventures reissues. So this is a great way. Hopefully, hey, maybe we can convince Todd to re-release the Justice League ones. So we can have a Superman.
That'd be nice. Also, if they could actually make there was somebody missing from the Justice League line. Was it Hawkgirl or was it Batman?
I think it was Hawkgirl.
Yeah, and those were weird because they were exclusive to DC Universe.
Yeah, so weird. Because they never did a because it's the only Superman they ever did for DCU was Justice League, right? Because I don't think they ever did a World's Finest 2-pack.
No, they didn't. But they did do a Superman the Animated Series pack with Superman and Lois.
Oh yeah. There you go. That's what I was thinking. I hope they release that. I mean, they have Supergirl. It'd be weird. It'd weird to have a Supergirl and not a Superman.
I remember at the time there was a Poison Ivy single that I bought, but I didn't realize that the 5-pack was coming, and then so I had to rebuy Batgirl, Ivy, and Harley just to get Livewire and Supergirl. So this is much better because they had not re-released this Ivy, so it's not doubling up as much. So, good stuff. All right, next up, in case you wanted a Detective Mode Batman and a Solomon Grundy as viewed through Detective Mode, that exists.
This is weird. Do you like your orange, crunchy Grundy?
I prefer this as an exclusive as opposed to, a character that we want to army build, like the Manhunter.
Yeah. I'm hoping they make a fit Grundy, because the problem with the Arkham Grundy figure is he's too small.
Yeah.
He's really too small, especially compared to how he should be the same size of the game.
Yep. Next up, Page Puncher's line is taking a turn. The Page Puncher's line to date...
A page turn?
Thank you. You did catch my pun. The Page Puncher's line before was new designs with a new comic included, and then each wave was new designs.
With some exceptions, like Constantine was practically just a
it's the same guy.
Constantine figure, yeah.
Yeah. But with these, this next wave, they're going to be reprinting Deathstroke Rebirth Issue 1 and including a Deathstroke figure that's based on Deathstroke Rebirth Issue 1. So they're actually matching the comic to the character they go with.
I think this is I think it's a because they did a Rebirth Deathstroke. But I'm not sure.
They did
an
Infinite Frontier Deathstroke, which is a little different.
Yeah,
this one I think similar. It comes with an unmasked head. They didn't clarify if this is an unmasked head or if this is a chase.
I think they'll say it was a chase, because then they say that about the other chase variants.
But Page Punchers has never had chase variants yet.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a head swap. Because when they did the head swaps, they always do that little circle thing before.
Oh yeah, they did that with the Barry Allen Flash for Flashpoint. Yeah. Yeah,
so this is really cool. I missed out getting the previous McFarlane Deathstroke, so this is really cool to get. Especially because with more accessories. Because I think before you only came with the Godslayer sword, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And he comes with more stuff now. We also are getting the Damian Wayne Robin based on the cover of Batman and Robin #1 by Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley. This will go great with the Dick Grayson Batman they just released. And he has a cloth-wired cape.
Todd's really loving the playing those. I'm glad that he is.
I'm happy too. So there's that.
It's refreshing seeing other toy companies really innovate with their toys. I think Hasbro, Marvel Legends stuff is the best this year, but I'm not sure you ever see, but those new Jazzwares Total anime figures are really really impressive for their price point. They come with so many accessories with faceplates, and they have like cool stuff like I mean, also really good articulation range, but they have cool stuff like they come with stands, but also they have like a plate on the back of each figure where you can take off the plate. There's a peg hole for like a Tamashi flight stand.
Not to
It's
spoil
like
my
really
own
cool.
video, but this Sonic the Hedgehog figure has double the articulation of a Black Series figure, and he's $10.
I mean, and that's $15. I mean, that's $15.
We'll go into that more on Wednesday's video. All right, let's wrap up with some Transformers news. There's some light stuff. Light stuff. Nobody cares about this news. It's just totally. It's God Bomber. It's Masterpiece God Bomber. It's kind of more of a no-duh news, honestly.
I feel like how he looks, like, because I like his proportions. Like,
I think he looks better than Jinrai.
A lot of problems with God Bomber is because I know he's supposed to be a living just armor set for Jinrai,
Yeah.
but they always make him look so blocky. I really like the kind of super robot proportions they're giving him here, because he didn't even really appear that much in Master Force, so you can't really get a good look at him. But I like it. He looks really cool. I like his big meaty arms.
He looks great.
Oh
and-
shit! So that's a.
What?
As you said, what Wheels?
Okay, so I saw something that I thought was a fan movie, but supposedly it's real.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
We're almost done here. The
Jamie
other
Chris
thing,
said, don't forget to like the stream, share it, hit the notification button, join the Discord, people.
all right, there also is a dramatic capture series release I might actually buy, because I didn't pick up Astro Train or Blitzwing, but it's Astro Train, Blitzwing, and Coronation Starscream, and I don't have any of these figures.
The paint, I like they're a lot more G1 like cartoon or anime colors as they used to call it back in the day.
And also no battle damage on Astro Train for the first time.
Yeah, because the battle damage on Astro is not much. He's only on his legs.
It's just annoying because we got so many clean figures, and then you put them next to him, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do really like the brighter, like grayish white instead of the darker gray that each one had.
And they don't come with all their extra useless bits, so the price point should be nice.
You know, no Hulk hands or trailer.
Yeah,
or
it's weird. I prefer Astro Train's extra bits than at least Blue.
Astro Train's extra bits are good. It's just it's going to keep the price down by them not being included, and I think that's fine. The thing is I want to look into maybe getting the set, because I think it's cool. What was the other thing? Oh, yeah. The Siege figures in general, I've noticed the more we add new Transformers to the shelf, the Siege figures are just aging like milk. Because it's like, oh, hey, here's crisp and clean looking new Springer, and then you stick them next to...
Dirt and Grime.
Dirt and Grime Snapdragon or whatever. Yeah, it's... The Dirt and Grime thing is...
more 8-face, because Snapdragon was Earthrise, and he didn't have that.
Yeah. I just couldn't come up with an example. Here's our beautiful new Lio Convoy, looking great.
Yeah, I'm debating if I should get it, because I'm totally fine with the
I ordered it.
One, but
I was just like...
But he looks so nice.
It looks nice in the what is he, 55 55? 50 or 50?
He's a leader, so you got leader engineering, I guess.
Yeah, it's not even leader, it's just like paint. There was some Transformers 1 toys on display that looked nice.
I think it's all the stuff, nothing.
Oh, and here's our shot of Jinrai. So how the combo looks. And now I see what they did with the feet on Super Jinrai, which looked really weird, but they look good on God Jinrai.
Yeah, it's very similar to how the original toy did, where it has these like big platform feet, pretty much.
All right, I'm gonna go look up the price of Lio Convoy real quick, because I remember
he's on Pulse, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on Pulse and Big Bad and stuff. He's 50 on Pulse. If you guys want like Lio Convoy, 50. This is me personally. $15 more for all that paint and that remolded face. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that. It's not like horrible.
It's not bad. It's really not.
Yeah, it comes out next May as well. All right, and then lastly for
really
Transformers, Studio Trigger is doing a promotional video for Transformers. It's going to be for the anniversary. They put out a teaser for it. A lot of sites are like, we don't know what this is, and I'm like, this is going to be like a 5-minute short that shows different iterations of Transformers working together, because I think it's going to be just like Gundam Perfect Mission that they did for the 30th, which that's another thing. That's another thing about Bandai. Their promotional video for Gundam this year was just a clip show. It wasn't even like a new like short. Like, whereas for the 40th they made like 5 new animated shorts. But Transformers is getting an animated short. In the promo video, there's shots of Wing Attack Optimus from Animated and
It was linked to
Sparkplug from Micron Legend.
Overlord also
Overlord was there. Yeah, it's going to be all iterations of Transformers. I think it's going to be kind of like a montage, but it's all going to be new animation by Studio Trigger.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, it's really
It's great
cool.
because they've been aiming for this gig ever since they made Gridman and made every character a Transformers reference.
Yeah, again, it's gonna be a pro. You know, they literally in the tweet.
In the video,
PV.
it's called Transformers 40th Anniversary PV teaser. It's a teaser for the promotional video.
I mean, if this is like the Gridman animation they did before SSS, there could be a chance of Trigger Transformers anime, but still, like, this is cool to see.
It'll be cool to see, and I look forward to watching it.
Well, we know what they're gonna do, though. Those crazy bastards.
Yes.
The Transformers anime greenlit from this pilot, and then immediately it'll be like Shattered Glass because all their references were Shattered Glass.
Yeah. They'll be like, and we're doing a Shattered Glass anime. I'd be down.
To be fair, we still never got an actual proper Shattered. Every time they try to do it, they always get canceled. Every time the series tries to do a Shattered Glass thing.
Yeah, no, I would be down for that. Actually, that'd be great. And that concludes news time. So, guys, do we want to just wrap up? Because it's been 3 hours and 6 minutes.
I got stuff to do, bro.
Yeah. I got stuff to do too, called not use my throat because it's sounding rough right now.
Wheels, what's our awesome website?
Hero-club.com.
Yeah, we have our Morphicon news on there.
We have some of it, yes.
Let me actually pull that up real quick for everybody who hasn't seen it.
You can just link it here in the chat, yeah.
I will link it in the chat, and I'll put it on the screen so you guys know what we're talking about. This was the Hero Club Con report from Morphicon. I gotta stop doing my weird accents. I'm sorry, guys. Deeply apologize for that. Power Rangers, Power Morphicon. I'm tired. I want to stop streaming. Anyways, here's our con report.
What do you do tomorrow?
So, yeah, go check it out.
Kaus,
I said a steady mission, sorry. Kaus, your turn.
Okay. I stream Tuesdays. Tomorrow with Soundout12, we'll talk more fighting games. 4 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/FighterKaus. Soundout does show up. He also announces that he's with me, and I still don't see people.
No, we gotta get our people show up. To make it a party.
It's the thing that people hate Twitch. For some reason, people only prefer YouTube now.
I think it's because Twitch's ads are more invasive.
I mean, that is true.
Because like when
Too bad that I don't have a YouTube.
Yeah. Twitch's ads are
Soundout wasn't at PMC this year.
No, it wasn't.
I wasn't. Does someone think I was? Oh yeah. Oh, Philippe yeah.
Thought you were.
No, I wasn't at Morphicon this year. To Wheels' dismay.
But yeah, no, 4 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time. We would
have had more work done.
That's me.
Ryan.
Hey, you can follow me at Dark43 on YouTube and Twitter. I do arguments like the one you see is very channel. Want any, feel free to DM me in the air Twitter or send out Discord protocol.
And as for me, I told you guys in the beginning what the videos are this week. It's going to be fun. It's going to be about blue people all week, and nobody say Avatar because you already know my thoughts on James Cameron. So, on that note, we'll see you all guys back next week. It will be a fun time. We'll pick things back up. Have a good blast. Next week, actually, I think we're going to end up streaming multiple times. So, good times.
Stream week.
Stream week. And I'll see you all next week.